So, everybody sitting down ready to go?
Yep.
Yep.
All right, so obviously it's been a while. It was like 48 days or something like that. Well, I guess when we get closer to the end, we'll try to figure out scheduling stuff here. But in the meantime, where we left off, it is Towers Day the 8th, around 11:10 p.m., although you guys have been underground for so long that time is probably tricky to follow at this point. Let me get rid of that. There we go. We left off. You guys are in the Blood Pens facility in the Deep Vaults, being escorted by the Erdeman Teravar, who you've signed a contract to protect and try to assist. He does have a bound Torminox still with him, one of the big pride demons in the room with you. You're at the outskirts of the facility, specifically having just entered the Blood Pens. You're in kind of the first chamber that leads into it. And you reach a chamber that has a sunken floor that is filled with countless millions husks of dead insects. And there's a pathway through the middle of the room with a series of 10 small 2-foot diameter stepping stones, about 2 foot or 10 feet apart each, that are jutting up above this kind of like this jostling sea of dead insect corpses. And there's a door on the far side of this long row of pedestals here. Let me move us over to that map. All right.
Now,
So
if I remember correctly, we determined that these are going to have to be like stepped on in a specific order, but they're very slippery, and like the air will blow you off really easy into the infinite pile of bugs, right?
Yeah. So, well, I'm not
And
confirming
death
the
and
first.
poison.
Yeah, the first bit, I'm not confirming that part. You did say that you had to hit them in a certain order. All that you know, I'll reiterate what happened at the end of the last one there. Pogo had used the broom. Sarah was flying the broom, if I remember. Maybe Artemis, one of the two of you was flying the broom, and Pogo had kind of hanging off of the side of that with his hands on the broom, tapped his foot on one of the pedestals, enough to put some weight on it. The pedestal began to glow a dim green, and a whole bunch of bugs flew out from these fresco reliefs on the walls. This kind of Hieronymus Bosch style painting have a bunch of kind of demonic looking faces on the mouths of the walls there, and a bunch of them opened up, and waves of bugs flew out, stung at Pogo. He managed to kind of swat them away and dodge around as best as he could and keep from inhaling or being stung too badly by them. But they did attack him, and then fell dead into the pile of insects all over the floor. There are some live ones in the pile as well. Basically, it's just this whole room has the floor is sunken. You don't know how far down it goes, but it's basically just a big sea of mostly dead insects with some kind of occasionally crawling through still alive. And then these pedestals that go across the room. Again, just a quick reminder because of how bad the art is for this map. This map here is what comes out of the book for this specific dungeon, and it's not intended to be used as a VTT. It's not an actual good representation of what I'm describing here. Those look like the pedestals are 3 or 4 feet apart. They're not. They're 10 feet apart, and they go from in not a straight line necessarily, but just kind of like that anyways, from one side of the room to the other. And there's a door on the other side. Quick reminder there too, Pogo did, maybe Sarah did, I don't remember. One of you guys had tried to use a mage hand to press down on one of the pedestals, and it didn't react. Nothing happened.
So basically, we can keep doing that. Maybe does anyone have an idea as to a way we can keep the bugs, either shoot them to the other side of the room with some air, or just keep them away from us while we try the different pedestals? Because besides that, that's really the only thing so far that's... Did they come from just the ones like right next to those, or did they come from all of them and shoot at me like at the same time, like all around the room?
I'm pretty sure that when you guys did that, Nazim had said he was going to watch for the mouse to see where they came from, and it was a kind of a random...
We're trying to figure out a pattern.
Yeah, and it didn't see, at least from what he had noticed, there didn't seem to be a specific set that they came from. They weren't directly across. They were just kind of a random set of a few on the top, a few on the north wall, a few on the south wall.
All right. Does anyone have any magical items, like a, I don't know, cloak that creates like wind around you, or a spell that can just keep things like... I know there's things out there that can keep arrows from hitting you, like spells and things. Does anyone have anything like that?
I have a billowing cloak, but I doubt it would do any good in this situation.
What does it do?
It just billows.
I'm not even 100% sure I know what that means. What does it mean?
While wearing the cloak, you can use a bonus action to make it billow dramatically behind you. Like
oh,
a gust
nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can look fucking cool.
Well, it's literally it's supposed to be like a totally useless, just kind of makes it look cool kind of thing, like making your hair blow in the wind type of thing. But honestly, I would say that it does. I mean, it does create
If we
not a
get
huge
that
amount,
cloak,
but a little.
and we can do like a minor illusion of some doves when you walk into a room, it'll look really cool.
Like a fan blowing from the other side of the room.
All right, let me see what I've got here.
Taravar shakes his head when you say that. He doesn't have anything that would be helpful there. It's
I mean, I've
mostly
got-
death stuff.
The problem is my
I
What was that, Artemis?
was gonna try and use my fireball to just like kill the stuff as soon as it came out.
like a firebolt. I think the problem there is we tried doing something last time. They're too small. You can't like.
Just fireball.
You mean
Fire-
Just a
Fireball?
cantrip that I'd throw at them, and then they would all.
that's prepare? Let me see. That's produce flame is what you're thinking of, right? Fireball would.
Oh yeah, sorry,
kill all of
produce
you.
flame.
Yeah, fireball would kill
Yes,
everybody.
sorry. Fireball's a different.
Yeah.
Sorry,
But-
produce flame. Yeah.
Yeah. So throwing that, I mean, you could. I would say that you could mitigate it by about a sixth or so, because I had described it initially as being around 6 total mouths that had opened. So I would say that you could, prevent a certain amount of the bugs from coming out just by targeting one of them,
Do we-
one of the mouths. But
Do we still have that jug, that container?
The alchemy joke?
I think we've
Yeah, the
already
alchemy
used
jug.
it, but we do have the jug. Yes.
We already used it today. Shit. Because like I could shape water around me, like thick water. Bugs
The
don't
thing
like
is,
water.
Remember when we were in the room of fire?
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Right.
okay.
this has been a very long day, by the way. You guys have not.
Yeah.
So you guys came in here maybe like early in the morning, I think, of the previous. Well, I guess you're at the end of the night. Let's say you're 11:10 p.m. and I think you came in early in the morning. You've been in this place all day.
So they're flying bugs. Have we determined what type of bugs they are, or just randomized whatever locusts, wasps, this and that?
They're a thing called a sturge, S-T-I-R-G-E. It looks like a giant, really disgusting-looking mix between a mosquito and a bat. They have big, like, membranous wings that look more like a bat, with a long proboscis in the front.
Have we determined if there's a pattern on these stones or pressure plates on these stones they have to put a certain amount of pressure on, like different weights of us on each
So-
stone? And if not, we could just smoke the room out and see if that also helps. So if they fly through, the room's too smoky.
So at the moment, you've only attempted touching 2 of them. Pogo put his weight on one of them, and it did turn green, and the bugs flew out. The other one, Mage Hand, I think Sarah, I don't remember for sure, had attempted to. That is a good one, G. With a little corgi too. That's funny. I was literally just playing with Harold and Esther, and Caroline, Sarah's daughter, has a little like Spider-Man toy that a spider, like it looks like spider or a spider rather, but it's a Spider-Man toy. And she put it down and it moves across the floor, and Esther was playing with it.
Can
Kinda-
you
kinda
put
similar to
that
that.
as a spoiler, please?
Sorry, let me do that. Hang on. Let me see. How do I do that, Fox?
Ben would
right-click
have
the
to do
image?
it.
Ben, right-click and see if you can mark it as a spoiler or something. Fox is arachnophobic.
Oh, sorry.
She just well, I mean, just that way when she scrolls through, like she's already seen it, but this when she scrolls through it later, she won't see the spider. Anyway, as far as touching him though, Sako, only 2 of them have been touched. One of them was with a mage hand and it did not react. And I had noted, and this is something you guys would have realized, of course, too, that mage hand has a maximum force of 10 pounds, and Pogo weighs a little more than that. So
Not by much, but just enough.
enough, yeah.
All right. So no one else. No. How is it between the 6 of us? We can't
what
just
if
like
you guys both use mage hand for a total of 20 pounds?
10 pounds. Well, we could try
Yeah,
it.
10 pounds
Yeah.
each mage hand.
5 pounds or 10 pounds each.
10
All
pounds
right.
each,
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's both try it. Let's
Could
be
just
ready. You guys
open
be
the
ready
door.
in case the bugs fly into the room. Because if they don't have something on the pedestal, they'll probably still try to swing by this way.
Nazim, I think you guys did, if I remember right, tried mage hand on the far side, and the door did not open, if I remember right.
Well, I was just going to say I could float over these things and just open the door. I won't put any weight on them whatsoever.
I think we tried that with the broom, but I could be wrong. I think we were also scared that. No, we tested it, and the door is locked by magical means, if I remember correctly.
Gotcha.
All right, so which one are we? Just any random one to.
Yeah, I'm like putting my entire body behind the Terminoc, like just like my face. squeezed up around it. Like, do you want to do the first one's the one that released the bugs on me, right?
Yeah, the one closest to where you're standing. You guys are
Yeah.
actually, again, pardon the
We're
awful,
like,
awful
yeah,
map, but
in
you
the
guys
other
are
room.
actually still standing on the, the precipice of the edge
Yeah.
of the doorway, basically. You're not on the pedestals.
Yeah. So just enough so I could see it, and let's try the second one. We'll both do mage hand and push down on the second one.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
If you guys want to prepare anything in case bugs come out, feel free.
The both of you press down with your mage hand as hard as you can, and there's no reaction. It doesn't respond.
Perfect. All right. Well,
Is Pogo still on the broom?
no. I'm off the broom for right now. I think I got off the broom after you brought me back because I wanted to we were trying to come up with a plan.
All right, so I'm gonna be on the broom then, and just like lower myself down until like I can just put a foot flat on the second one.
I'm readying Eldritch Blast just to shoot at a wall if I see bugs. I know it's not going to help much, but
well,
if I see some bugs,
I would say that
produce flame ready.
Okay. Both Arteme and Nazim had mentioned, being prepared to try to blast the bugs as
Yeah.
they come out. I would say that so far you've only seen it once, and 6 mouths opened up. You do see, kind of a minor movement, let's say, within the mouth when the bugs begin to come out. So if you each, target one of them, that would be sufficient to at least mitigate the amount of bugs. I mean, you're not going to be able to get them all unless you can get 6 different targets all at the same time. But for the purposes of simplicity, we'll say that you can at least attempt to do so there.
we really don't have hold on. This has got to work better. I do have a water skin. I'm just going to, as a cantrip, I'm going to pull out some water, and I'm going to just use shape water to cover. What's the range on it? 30 feet, 5-foot cube. That should be enough. I'm going to take all the water out of my water skin, and I'm going to use it to freeze up the openings on these mouths. Using my cantrip shape water.
Click it for me.
Wait, can I do it for more than one in shapes?
You freeze water. No creatures water unfreezes in 1 hour. Okay. I'd say that you could do.
No, it's within a 5-foot cube.
Yeah,
Wait.
Maximum. So you could do, one. What we'll call it one mouth worth. It would be permanently blocked that way. But there are dozens.
Here, out of curiosity, with this, because I think I've used this twice before. Would I be able to reuse shape water for each one?
Well,
you can do it twice if you look at the bottom of the thing.
You can cast it multiple times, no more than 2
non-instantaneous effects. Okay, yeah. So I will cover 2 with ice.
Okay.
With the water from my water flask. Be like, all right, 2 down.
I'm going to tell you that while you're doing that, though, you do notice that there are dozens of mouths. It's not really. Though only around, because I initially described it as 3 on the north and 3 on the south that had emitted bugs when you first stepped down. There are so many mouths that trying to block 2 of them is probably not going to have a significant impact. Still
like that idea, but more.
A whole lot more. Yeah, if you had,
That's what I was hoping. I was hoping for the.
If you guys have
a whole lot of water.
You guys have a whole lot of wacky
if he
glue.
blocks 2 of them and we.
And you what, Fox?
I mean, if he blocks 2 of them and then like 2 of us try and destroy like the rest, or destroy 2 of them, that would just leave bugs from 2 because there was 6 opening. So one that still minimize the amount.
It's not the same 6 every time. There are dozens of mouths across them.
Never mind.
Yeah, and just a random 6. You don't. You know what? I may be tipping my hand a little bit there, but it isn't the same ones that release the bugs every time. It was just 3 in the north and 3 in the south.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Good idea.
Also,
Yeah.
I don't know if we've tried destroying them because I'm scared that if we try to just destroy them, this is going to lead to a giant amount of bugs that comes in uncontrollably.
So I think Norok, Ben, you can correct me if I'm wrong here. I'm pretty sure that Norok looked at one of the mouths on purpose last time, because you guys are close enough to be able to see them, and it's not like there's a pipe behind it. Maybe it was an Arcana check or something like that. They're being summoned in. It's not a hole that there are bugs flying in from.
I'm gonna put my foot down on the second one.
Okay. Doing
and
that now.
hope for the best.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm like on the broom, so
Okay.
I'm still like floating, and I'm just like barely putting pressure down and seeing how far I can go without it.
Okay.
Doing
Make a deck save.
Ugh.
It's now 20 feet out.
Yeah, 20 feet on the second one out. Yeah.
Mhm.
This is 100, but I mean, basic math. It's 100, maybe 5 feet total in length. Ooh, shit! All right, so a swarm of bugs come out, surrounding you. You try to bat them away as you pull your foot back up from it. It would normally be 2d10. Since you succeeded, it's only
An
1d10.
eldritch blast fucking explodes somewhere randomly in the room, trying to kill some
Well,
bugs.
I mean, I would say that you guys, are able to, seeing the mouths that do, begin to emit bugs, kind of blast that area as quick as you can. Between you and the produce flame from Arteme, you manage to, incapacitate, let's say, a certain number of the bugs before they get to her, but 8 poison damage. What are you concentrating on?
I have no idea.
Let's see. I'm guessing it's from the fight still. I don't see anything in concentration. Oh, you had haste up still. Okay, let me remove it.
Oh yeah, that should have been down.
Yeah, it would have long been gone. So yeah, and the effects of it on Norok would be gone by now too. So some stinging. You did feel, the pedestal did, turn green until you lifted your foot away, and you did seem like it reacted as you had seen it with Pogo when he was hanging off of the broom.
Did the thing turn green?
Yeah, it did.
All right. So is green good or is green bad?
Well, you hit the first one.
Was the designer of this place colorblind and just didn't go by standards of what means good and bad?
Yeah, it didn't. It's not a different color. It was the same as before.
And there's no like rune that lights up with the color. It's just the whole pedestal.
It's a very It's like the stone itself is illuminating. Like it's think bioluminescence and fish, that kind of really very dim, glowish color.
All right. Well, I'm very acrobatic, so maybe I should be the one to try these just in case I'll have better luck of not getting knocked into the pit of dead husks. I'll test them out. It'll be fine. But can someone tie a rope around me? Maybe Norok, so if I do fucking fall in, he can just wrench me the fuck back out.
I mean, holding on to the broom seemed to help last time.
Yeah, but here's the thing: when you're getting attacked by bugs, it's real fucking hard to hold on to a broom. It's just how it is.
Everybody knows that old adage.
Yeah,
You get attacked by bugs, it's harder to hold on to a
bug
broom.
knowledge. And I'm also all mad at myself because if I had rolled higher on my shield previously, it would be flying around me. But I just have to have it on my back right now, which is fucking annoying.
Yep.
So that's. I mean, you can take me there. I'll take the ride. That would be fantastic. But the rope is just in case.
Okay.
Do we have rope? I don't have rope.
I think I do.
Pretty sure Norok still does.
Yeah, I still got 50 feet. Let me double check.
Yeah, if you guys don't mind,
I've
just
got 50.
I'm gonna start tying it like around my waist.
How long is the hallway?
105-ish feet.
So we have 50 feet. I mean, it'll get me through the fifth one. We'll try the third, fourth, and fifth. Let's just try it, and then.
Well, if Norok also has 50 feet of rope, so we'll have 100 if we time together.
Yeah, I'm also wondering if maybe we got to step on them at the right times. I'm trying to think. I'm gonna talk to Teravar. Teravar, this is a hallway designed for a person to get through, correct? There's one person that doesn't need to step on 6 at the same time because you never actually have 6 people in the room.
Well, I've never been in here. Every
it makes sense to
designs
you, right?
their own. Yeah, I mean, this is the lobby. This is how people get in and out of this place if they're coming in from the outside. Obviously, there aren't a lot of visitors these days, but
all right, yeah. So it's got to be something that being possible to do with a person, maybe 2. So it's not like we all have to be.
Though, I mean, all of us design our places to be as difficult to get into as possible. It's intended to be a vault after all, so don't expect that it's exactly what it appears to be. There's almost certainly trickery here.
All right.
I mean, should we maybe not step on the pedestals and try walking on the husks of bugs?
Fucking hate that idea. All right, who? All right,
just grab extra crunchy. It's no big deal.
Norok, just hold on to this fucking rope, all right? And I'm gonna take like one soft step onto the bugs with one of my feet, just to see if there's floor underneath it.
Well, you begin to sink. I mean, is
there anything biting me yet?
Well, they're not. Most of the ones that are on the ground are dead. There are some that are still alive, crawling around. But I'll put it this way: that if you allow yourself to sink into it, you probably will start to come in contact with ones that are still alive. But the majority of what you see there are just dead husks that are not.
Oh, I'm gonna hold my breath and just let my foot go deeper,
Okay.
just in case. I'm not a big person. I'll let it
Okay.
get like
All right.
thigh deep.
Thigh deep. All right. So it doesn't stop by then. You are still sinking. It's a slow sink. Like you kind of have to like wiggle your feet around a little bit to like get further into it, because there is some resistance to it, but it won't hold you up as you're crunching through them. So you're just a constant crunch as you are sinking into all of these dead, dry, desiccated husks up to thigh level, and it's continuing.
And I throw up and I pull me out. Pull me out.
All right. Well, now there's some liquid added to the pile here of whatever Justin had eaten or Pogo had eaten for lunch earlier in the day. But yeah, it has not stopped by thigh level for you.
I don't think that's right.
But nothing happened?
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened, but
No
that
bugs
was
flew out.
That
Yeah,
was
he just
a
continued
foot and a
sinking.
half deep.
Does Norok want to take a step in? See how high up it goes on his thigh? He is tall.
Yeah, keep in mind Pogo is 3.5, 4 feet tall total, so thigh high.
Just
on
don't
him is
go in
not
that.
high.
Don't go in that little area right there. Just avoid that spot. I'm trying to lure the bugs away from the rest of the spots.
I'll give it a try.
All right. I guess how far are you going to sink in? At least past Pogo height, right? Or at least where Pogo's thigh was, presumably.
Yeah, I'll go like pool's cold, kind of one leg, holding yourself.
Okay.
And
You sink in. It goes past shin. It goes past knee. Goes past thigh. You sink in just above your waist, and you finally hit solid ground.
okay.
Fucking gross.
So you guys see, Norok from like midsection up, basically sticking out of a sea of dead bugs at this point.
Fucking now what though? Like, this can't be right.
Norok, under your
There's no
feet,
way.
it feels like solid stone. It looks like the walls do. It just looks like hewn stone, like it's it was built to be like this. But you don't feel anything stand out there.
I suppose you can go and maybe there's switches on the pedestals themselves. Like maybe if he grabs the shaft and checks up and down it.
That's good, Ben. It's a little bit like walking through a ball pit, yeah. You put a
So
ball pit,
the
and somebody pops up and says
size
D&D. What the
of
fuck?
the,
Where did you find that?
I saw the ball pit. I didn't know that was from.
It literally
looks
says
like that
D&D.
TV show.
Some idiot pops up and says D&D in the background. What the fuck?
I recognize that show. That's that.
Big Bang or whatever that is.
Yeah, Bang Theory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Big Bang Theory.
I've never watched
It was
it.
just random. I didn't even notice it said
But literally
D&D.
fucking says D&D. How
Yeah.
on the nose is that for literally what we were just describing? That's crazy. Sorry, Justin.
So you could go and see maybe if there's anything like that you could feel on that first stone.
Any
Just
switches?
shuffle your feet carefully so you don't fall in forever.
All right, yeah, I'll kind of do
Don't
that.
worry though, the rope's attached to me, so I'm sure I will be able to do
Pull me
something.
out. I'll try to walk for a bit, like shuffling my feet.
Okay. More specifically,
gonna-
where are you going? What are you looking for? What are you trying to do?
If there's any buttons or anything I can press on the floor, possibly.
Okay. You
Throw
in
the shot.
all the shuffling you've done so far. Let's say that you could walk around in a 10-foot circle. Let's say you're not feeling anything other than smooth stone with a bunch of crunched up dead bugs between
Okay.
your foot and the floor.
Let everybody know nothing down here so far.
Now it is a big room, obviously, but at least at the amount of you could try to cover the whole thing if you want to. It'll probably take you a little while, but you will start coming into contact with things that aren't as dead at that point. You can see that there are insects that are alive in the pile in places. There's just not a whole lot of them around you.
Move around a bit more while everybody tries to think.
Okay.
See if I can notice anything.
Okay.
I mean, should we just maybe try the pedestal by the closest to the door? Just skip all the other ones? Or maybe there's a sequence, you have to do certain ones.
I mean, I can go. I can just carry me to the third one. Drop me down on it, and then I've got high enough dexterity in this rope tied to Norok. Has Norok come back from the pit, or is he just in the
It's
pit? I'm
gonna
not
take him a
going
bit.
if he's still in the pit.
Yeah, it's going to take him a bit if he's going to wander around, feeling for things on the floor.
Yeah, I'm not going in until he's here safe with a rope holding me, because I don't want to be up to my 2 feet above my head,
Okay.
breathing through bugs.
Yeah, you need a scuba mask with a tube out of the top. Norak, how long are you gonna wander around in there?
Do you feel anything? Do you feel anything on the shafts themselves, like the pedestals? Anything on there? Anything you can tell?
I feel like you're trying to land on a joke there, but haven't.
Yeah,
Just
it's
setting
just
it up.
go towards 10 feet
Just,
out. There's a shaft in the middle of the room.
just try to build up to the joke, though, right?
Stroke it. See if there's anything on it.
I'll keep
Buttons
going
or
for a couple of minutes, and then or until it seems like there's a lot of stuff crawling around, more than just a little bit, and then I'll turn back.
I'll tell you
I don't
that
think
now
it
that
even
you're kind of down closer to them, you can see them well enough too. That the ones that are moving around in them are relatively large centipedes. Like they're they would be a giant centipede, but still not really a significant threat to you. Still bug level, not really roll hip or roll initiative kind of threat.
Okay.
But they do seem to be mostly fleeing from you. They're not coming towards you. They are still regular bugs that are not looking forward to being smushed by a giant.
keep slowly moving that way, then see if I can feel anything.
Okay.
And also, if I look up at the ceiling, do I notice anything by chance up there? Does it look like there are these buttons, switches, or anything, or does it just look like a flat stone or whatever?
I do remember Nazim checking the ceiling also when you guys came in, and he didn't notice
Okay.
anything either. There was he was looking specifically for arcane at the time, if I remember. I needed an arcana check. There is conjuration magic on the walls, which you guys already kind of know about, it seems. But apart from that, there's nothing standing out on the walls themselves or the ceiling.
I'll continue my shuffle.
Okay. How long are you gonna do this, G?
Yeah, I'll give it 5 minutes or so,
Okay.
unless somebody figures out them before then.
is
Norak is
Serafina kind of freaking out right now? Or a bug's not one of her quirks?
Sarah?
Yeah.
Well, it's one of mine. I hate fucking bugs. Bugs are the goddamn worst.
Is that a Becky thing? Or is that a Sarah thing?
Sarah doesn't like getting dirty, so I'm just curious what bug
Exactly.
said on that.
She's okay as long as they aren't touching her.
All right.
If they start like crawling all over her, she's probably gonna start freaking out. But no, that is definitely a Becky thing. I hate bugs so much.
There's so many spiders here. There's spiders, not in the house. I've never yet to see any in the house, but because I have this giant hedgerow on both sides of me, and it's just vegetation all over, and the whole front yard is all blackberry bushes and everything, except for the stairs. Well, you saw it when you guys came in, obviously. But yeah, it's there's just fucking spiders everywhere.
Wow.
I have them come out and spray. They've been out twice already, just a monthly service to try to beat back some of the spiders out of the bushes and stuff. Who's doing what?
Well, once Norak's back out of the muck, I'm gonna go have Sarah drop me off on the third pedestal.
Okay, Norak, you looking at anything else? You're walking
The
around
third one
there.
or the last one?
I mean, we can try. Are we gonna go? The third one's 30 feet away. We only got 50 feet of rope, so I can check the third. Then I figure my thought here as Pogo is maybe we'll step on one that turns green and we don't get attacked by bugs, and maybe that's our starting point. And I can check the first 5 before I run out of rope and have to get very nervous very quickly.
You can tie
Well,
the
no,
ropes
because we
together.
tied the rope. Yeah, she have 100 feet now.
Yeah.
Oh, I have 100 feet. All right, yeah. I mean, do you want me to go one by one, or do you want me to start at the door? I feel like it doesn't really make much of a difference, unless you're privy.
That's up to you. Pogo's the one that's going to be standing on them.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's
I'll do the third one. If it's comfort in being closer, I think I'll get more brave as I try each one, especially if I find something that actually works. And I'm very, I've got a very low likelihood these bugs will hurt me too badly. I can jump around really quickly, and bugs can't handle people who jump around quickly. Common knowledge.
As I'm walking down here, Gene, do I notice anything on the wall at this now high level of being lower than on the pedestals?
Okay,
As I'm
so
walking, I'm going to try to look at the wall, see if I notice anything out of the ordinary as I old man shuffle my feet.
yeah, I was kind of wondering what all you were looking at there. I was trying to ask, a little bit subtly on what you were paying attention to. Do go ahead and make a perception check. We're gonna call it DC 20.
Okay.
Ooh, not bad.
Okay. You don't. I mean, looking at the walls at this level, obviously you do notice, of course, that where you've stepped into the bugs, you've kind of mushed them down a bit because the husks are, desiccated, so they kind of crunch really easily, and therefore the space at which you've stomped through the, I guess, sea level, for lack of a better term, of dead bugs is lower than it was in the other areas that you haven't crunched through, because you've, of course, damaged them significantly at those locations. So, apart from that, though, nothing stands out.
Okay.
You returning to the, edifice at the edge of the doorway?
I'm just going to keep walking for now, actually.
Okay.
See if I see anything on the wall. Feel
Alright.
with my feet.
So Norok is going to continue wading through dead bugs. Pogo, are you still going to drop down on the third pedestal?
Fine.
I mean,
Alright.
I'll be there with the broom, so.
Yeah, with the broom. Fine.
All right.
All right, go ahead and just drop me down on the. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna hold on to the broom as I put my feet, lower them down onto the third pedestal.
Okay.
I'll have firebolt ready just in case.
Sure, yeah, super helpful. I understand. Appreciate you.
All right. So you're holding the broom, firebolting with the other hand. Pogo is lowering himself down. The pedestal begins to glow green. 6 or so mouths light up and begin to spew out bugs. 24. All right. You manage to kind of carefully swing your way back and forth, kind of still holding onto the broom. Ben, that level in Contra, Super C, isn't it? The one for Super Nintendo when you're hanging off the missiles?
Yeah, same thing. That's what I'm doing.
So you know that one? Yeah. So
Yeah,
you,
100% remember that.
yeah, so you're hanging off of that and
Yep.
kind of dodging yourself back and forth. A big swarm of them still spit out towards you, taking 7 poison damage.
Do I take the full 7?
Yeah, the full 7.
Okay.
You can, maximum reduction, let's say, because you already made your save anyways. It would have been 2d10 otherwise, so. But anyway,
All right, so that didn't do shit.
yeah, it
Should we just go to
looked the same as the first 2, so.
Should we go to just try the fourth one while we're here?
Sure.
All right, let's fucking go.
All right, you go over to the fourth one. Go ahead and you step down. It begins to glow, same color. Bugs spit out. Go ahead and make your save.
Fucking shit! Fuck!
You're gonna guess and
I'll
check your way
try
through
and
this?
get rid of a few with the produce flame.
The maximum reduction is still, if he makes the save, it's, well, you know what, okay, I'm going to save then, because Sarah was preparing with Firebolt and Produce Flame, so we'll call it still 1d10 anyways, as if you still had succeeded. We'll just do it that way. So 2 damage, more stinging.
All right. Well,
Because
So
Sarah
what
and
is it,
Artemis
what
had,
was the fourth one?
managed to kill some of the bugs, but it's still glued,
All right.
glued the same way. That's up through
Last-
4. You've done 4 so far.
last one. I don't like this. Let's try it your way. Let's try the last one. Maybe it's Fuck!
Okay.
What a stupid way to get into a fucking room. All right.
When you say the last one, are you saying pedestal number 5
the
or
one
pedestal 10?
closest to the door, 100
Okay.
feet away.
Okay.
Max out of this rope. So
Where's
stupid.
the other side of the rope, by the way? You guys didn't
It's
specify
still on
that.
Norok, and Norok's just
Oh,
hanging
Nor's
out.
holding it? He's waiting around in the bugs?
Not going to help me
Yep.
very much. I'm just
Okay.
hoping if I do fall in, he can climb out and pull me up.
No, he's gonna have to drag you through a sea of dead bugs, like pulling the rope back arm over arm.
Oh, I hate all of this.
All right, last one. You guys fly your way over there. Then you settle
me on the
down.
last one.
Same color.
Do I-
Go ahead and make your save.
Son
When
of
this
a-
lights up, do I see anything like on the walls in front of us, on the floor, just glancing around trying to see if anything else like lights up or moves besides the mouth opening and the glow on the pedestal?
Make a perception check. 5 more damage, Pogo.
All right.
Bad.
I'm getting very itchy.
Pogo is covered in gargantuan
Oh.
welts. Like his face is just a big mass, like of buboes at this point. You guys know what buboes are?
Yeah.
Bubonic plague buboes. He's just covered in giant, like stinging welts at this point. No, you don't notice anything stand out. Norak, as long as you've been in there, go ahead and make another perception check.
Door's locked. Every pedestal seems to have bugs.
You know what? Pogo, go ahead and make a perception check too, and Sarah, both of you.
I just did.
Oh,
I gotta
okay.
make
Sorry, separate,
Maybe we can
a
make another
different.
one?
That was for that specific thing. This is going to be closer to passive level. Let's say.
Yeah.
Doesn't something give me perception or advantage on perception checks?
I think that's only for like
Okay.
incoming attacks or something, Holmes. If you find it, let me know. But yeah, I think that was for like incoming threat.
Sentinel buckler, initiative, and perception checks. Shoot, or my sentinel buckler. You have
Just as
advantage on initiative rolls and wisdom perception checks. If that counts, I don't know if it
Yeah,
does.
I would say that's close enough. That's fine. Go ahead and make one more roll. Then we'll call that the advantage part of the roll. Or did you? You didn't make your second one yet, so go ahead and roll one
I
more
didn't
with
roll
advantage.
yet,
Then.
yeah.
Okay. Pogo, something about that door on the end there doesn't look quite right. Jeez, Jen. great roll with your perception there.
So, with advantage? Oh,
With
never
advantage, you
mind.
got a 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're still hanging off the broom.
So something
button,
about the
feet
door
not.
doesn't look right.
Yeah,
I was
there's
10 feet away from the door.
with an 18 there. You're close enough to the door because you're on the last pedestal at the far end of the room there. There's nearly no gap, if any gap at all, between the door and the stone of the wall. For a door to be functional, obviously it can't be part of the wall. It has to be a separate piece, of course, to be able to swing open or closed. And it looks like it's at best maybe like a thin channel carved around a painting on the wall. It doesn't look like
So it's like a facade of a door.
it doesn't look like a real door, correct?
Did we check the door though? Didn't we check earlier, or am I losing
There's
my
a handle
mind?
sticking out. You guys sent Mage Hand over 100 feet away, and
Oh.
but now that you're closer,
All right.
you can see that it doesn't really look like a real door.
I'm just gonna kind of jump up on the broom and look at Seraphina and be like, "This might sound weird. It might be because half my face is expanded right now, and my eyes are a little swollen. But that door, it's not right. It's not. It looks like it's like someone tried to pretend there's a door there. And I'm gonna ask Sarah to fly a little closer to it and see if we can make out anything. If it looks like it's carved into the wall and it's like a false door.
All right, fly over.
Okay.
Is there lighting in here or no?
The light that you
I
guys
can-
bring in with you, there isn't.
Yeah, I have light cast on my either my sheath or my sword, one of the two. I think it's on my sheath right
Yeah,
now.
and Arteme has her globe, I believe, glowing.
So we have light within 15 feet. So, I mean, I'll take my rapier out and see if I can kind of poke it in between the edge of where the door frame should be and the wall, and see if there's any gap or if it just made to look like it.
In the crevice between, the blade sinks in a half inch and stops, and you hit solid stone behind it.
Yeah, that's not a fucking door. There's a
Can I
lot.
make-
Or no, that's not a door. I don't think that's a door. I think
Can I
that's a
make an Arcana
bullshit.
check?
Go ahead.
See if it's like a magic door.
You don't sense anything coming from it at all. The only magic that you guys sensed in this room was coming from the reliefs along the wall.
No runes or anything on the door as well, right?
Correct.
Nothing.
It looks like a door from a
looks
distance,
like a
but now that
normal
you're
door.
closer, now that you're closer, you can tell that it looks like it's a painting of a facade with a door handle just sticking out of the wall. It's definitely intended to look like a real door from a distance, but at close, it's
There-
doesn't appear to be.
I think we need to take a closer look at these walls and maybe the roof. There's this.
Yeah,
If this is the exit, we're not looking.
You want to try jumping into it, Nazim?
Or
Maybe-
sadly, we may have to go into the bugs. I mean, worst case scenario.
Maybe
well,
there's
Norak
a
kind of already
hidden
is. Right?
bug passage. Yeah, Norak, if you kick any handles, I'm gonna scream back that "Hey guys, this isn't a real door. It's a fake door. Real fake door."
Taravar
Has anyone
shouts back,
seen
"I
that
warned you.
episode
I told you
of
there'd be
Rick and
fakery."
Morty?
What'd you say?
There's an episode of Rick and Morty where it's like real fake doors. This guy's just selling fake doors.
Oh,
It's
well,
fucking-
Pasoko apparently has. I assume that's what that gif is.
Real
Oh
quick.
yeah, that's exactly
Yep.
what it is. Real fake doors. All right.
Start making our way down one of the walls, kind of checking it out as close as we can.
Okay.
I'm
like
kinda
like
holding
on the
my,
broom,
light against it.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check. I would say that one of you can do it with advantage since the other's assisting. Whoever wants to roll.
You got it, Sarah.
Mine is a +2. Really?
Mine's a +3, and you got the idea. So
Mm.
real fake doors.
Oh,
Hey,
Hey!
all right. In that investigation check, you do confirm that the relief is painted on the wall. There aren't, holes or anything that are, emitting these bugs. They're being summoned in from elsewhere. They are real bugs. They're not, the creatures themselves are not, you know, magical in nature. They are real bugs, but they're being conjured in by the enchantment that you've seen. Beyond that, it looks like just a gargantuan, a mural on. It's two different murals, but you don't know if that matters or not. One on the north and one on the south wall. But other than that, it just looks like a ton of itty bitty little imps and demons and things like that, and various types of insects and creatures you've never seen before, likely imaginary. But you've gathered all the details that you expect to from what you've seen.
if I touch the painting, does it feel like there's a difference to the texture or anything?
It feels like paint, like it's been painted on the wall. But other than that, no. It feels smoother than the stone, of course. But Norok, you're still wandering around in the bugs.
Yep, still looking around.
Okay.
Anybody else
see
have
if-
any ideas?
I mean, I think Norak might be the closest one. Maybe there's a trapdoor underneath, or maybe there's a trapdoor underneath the level of bugs that we can't see. That's the way in. I was also going to look at the roof. Is there anything on the ceiling, like a door on the ceiling that could be? Like maybe we'll go slowly with the lights.
Both Nazim and,
Load
and,
up.
and Norok have scanned the ceiling as well, although from a little further distance. But
Yeah.
I mean, you can go ahead and make an investigation check for checking the ceiling as well.
Does he also get advantage? Because I'm
Yeah,
helping?
whoever wants to roll it, the other can.
Yeah, I'll just roll it one more time.
Okay.
All right, so 16.
The ceiling is smooth. There's no painting across it. There's no standout imperfections, although the roof itself is maybe slightly less smooth than the walls are. Like there's a little less attention to detail placed there. But you don't know if that stands out for any reason beyond just that it being the ceiling is a little less important than the walls and the floor. Otherwise, unadorned. There's no painting or anything on, no holes, nothing like that.
Is Norak going to have to walk 100 fucking feet up and down this thing until he finds
Well, I
some
mean, it's
sort
100. Hang on, it's 100 feet across, but the room is still 20 feet wide. It's not.
That's a
not
lot.
talking-
That's a lot of shuffling.
It
That's a
is.
lot of shuffling. He's just fucking golden girls in it through this place.
Well, wait, we
Just
still have
shuffling
the
his feet.
Torminoff, too, that we can start searching.
Taravara, can you have the Terminog like try to find something underneath those bugs? He can have a snack in there if he needs one.
I suppose we could do that.
Like
You think
we're
so?
unless we that door's over there. I'm still on the brim. I'm like halfway. I'm just pointing. That's a bullshit door. Nothing on the ceiling. Nothing I can find on the walls. Maybe it's something underneath.
Hang on. I missed something with your natural 20 on the investigation check for checking the walls there. I should have asked you another question in there that just because I didn't, I'm going to go ahead and tell you that you felt two sections of the wall on the south as you were, because you got a natural 20, I wouldn't have given this to you otherwise. In the painting on the south wall, two separate sections of it that there feels like it basically similar to the line around the fake door of a large rectangle shape. Two separate large rectangular shapes that could be doors that are secured in place. There's no hardware. There's not like a doorknob or anything like that, but two probably secret doors on the south wall. But you don't see any mechanism for opening them. I'm going to go ahead and
point them
reveal
out
where
to
they
everybody.
are for you. Yeah. Let me see if I can do that here. I'll reveal where they are, but it's not going to, like, you don't see any means of opening them, but you do feel two sections of the wall that feel like they're probably secret doors. Let me do that. Don't open them yet. Door, and I'll do it as locked is what I'll do, so that you guys will see that they're doors, and I'll just leave them as if they're locked for now until you find the means of opening them. There you go. Can you see those now?
Yeah.
On the map? Yeah. So that's where you found those.
I would assume Sarah shared that information with the group.
Yeah, I would have pointed them out.
The two of you found them with the broom anyways when you were, very closely inspecting the painting on the south wall there. So
Now we just
the
gotta
door on
figure
the
out how
far
to
side
open
is
them.
obviously a false one. These two are the real way through, but you don't know how to open them yet.
Are there pedestals in front of either of these doors?
Not directly, but nearby, yeah.
Are they ones that we've stepped on before?
You have not. That would be the 5th one and the 7th one. Sorry, 5th and 8th, rather.
You want to try one? I'll try one.
Okay. You set your feet down on it, still on the broom, I assume, as you had done the other?
Yeah, I'll do the fifth one.
Okay. Go ahead and make your deck save.
I'll hold on to the broom while you're doing it.
Yeah, because Pogo's on it
My-
with you. I should have actually
Yeah.
been getting both of you stung when you were doing these since you were both next to it, but that's alright. Alright, that'll be 2d10. Poison damage. 12.
Oof.
You are surrounded by waves of bugs. You lift your feet off of it. The glow disappears. Nothing happens. Norok, you're watching Sarah settle down onto this pedestal and getting, engulfed in a swarm of bugs. The Tormanok is similarly waiting around on the northern side of the, let's say, across the northern part of the pillars, and Norok on the southern side of the pillows. Got to replace that stomach contents that you threw up.
Yeah, 16. There we go. I'm also making sure that it adjusts inventory properly.
Sure.
It did not. I'll do that manually.
It won't automatically when you just click them. Yeah, it doesn't automatically use things.
Just checking. Couldn't remember.
Yep, no problem. Thanks for checking.
Oh yeah, shows in the thing that I changed, adjusted the inventory too. Perfect.
Oh, that's. I think that's new.
That's handy.
Yeah. So what's doing?
I mean,
Any ideas?
We've tried the first 5 things, and we still have to find a way to open those doors, or a door. And there's nothing on the pillars, no switches, like underneath the piles of bugs, like when you're checking them up there, Norok. Nothing finding. Anything underneath those doors, or like?
That was going to be my thing. I was going to inspect the sides of the pillars. I was going to get down there, float over the bugs,
Okay.
and
Is
look
it-
for any
Is it?
type of switch or any type of writings or anything
Okay. Alright, so,
that might help.
You can hover, so you can
determine.
hover high enough to keep his head
And then,
above the
if
bug, right?
possible, if one of those pillars can be spun around or moved in any way,
Okay.
kind of in a rotational manner.
So, firstly, Nazim, you go to, float yourself over the bugs and realize that the bugs do not constitute themselves as ground. You sink into the bugs until you are, a couple of feet above the ground below them.
That's fine.
So you are still, wading through bugs. Although
Yeah, I'll be like ankle deep or something.
Yeah, I mean it's probably up to your knee basically. Let's say, but I mean they're not hurting you or anything else beyond that. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
All right, and if possible, I'll also attach
Go ahead.
light to my gloves, just so I have a good light source.
Okay. Yeah, constitute was correct. Well, constitute, but yeah. Okay. In looking at the first pillar, you don't see anything. You move over to the second, and third, and fourth, and so on. You get to the 5th pillar, and kind of using your gloves to move a sea of dead husks away. Sure enough, there is a rune etched into the southern wall of, it's a round pillar, but the southern part that is facing near the door that you couldn't see, obstructed by bugs, facing the door to the south. Below the sea level, as it were, of the
Does this
bugs.
rune look familiar?
It's a rune of opening, yeah.
So how do we activate it?
The runes that you saw that opened the portals in the other room, you just touched. That's all that you had to do.
So who wants to do it?
Why does that look familiar? It's obviously a kids show, but I don't recognize what it's from.
It's Jambi.
Pee Wee's Playhouse or whatever.
Oh,
That's
okay.
Jambi.
Listen, I'd go touch the
You gotta
runes,
make a
but
wish.
I don't
You
feel
get
like
one wish a
being
day.
completely covered in bugs.
Bogo has eaten the most bugs at this point.
Yeah, someone go press that rune so we can get the fuck out of here.
If I'm right by it, I'll just touch it. It's no big deal. But before I touch it, I'm gonna call out to everyone to prepare for something. I'm gonna open the door or open something.
All right.
And I'm not sure what. So I'm
Pogo's
just gonna tell
prepping.
everyone to prepare to attack anything that comes out.
Pogo's prepping his Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
That firebolt.
Do you touch the rune? All of you kind of preparing just in case something erupts from the walls or something of that sort. You do hear a click and then the sound of stone grinding on stone coming from behind you. I will tell you that you hear a very loud clanging of metal hitting stone, and then immediately followed by another one in a room to the south. Presumably the room that this is, basically because it echoed through the chamber that this door is now opening from. That door opens. You can see dim white light coming in from the room behind it. I don't know if I put the light in there. I didn't. Okay, let me.
So is it like a sea of bugs like falls into that room?
Yeah. So as it's pulling away, the water flow basically of dead husks kind of collapses into the hallway that it is revealing. It's clear that this door is probably not open in quite some time because it is kind of struggling against the stone as it's grinding. But it does open, and you can see kind of a dim white color glow coming in from the room to the south that it is now revealed.
All right, Tarmanok, go through that door. Let's go. Let's head out.
Taravar looks towards him and he makes a gesture, and the Tormanok goes kind of wading its way through this sea of bugs, gets towards the doorway.
I'm going. Yeah, go ahead.
And it can't fit through.
Oh, fucking.
It is a
Fine.
very narrow hallway, and like Norok just chest-wise is going to have trouble fitting through that. Like it's going to be too tight for Norok to fit through as well.
All right.
If I send my dancing lights down, can we get a better view of what's in the hallway?
It's a
we
short
can technically-
hallway. It's a short hallway, and it opens up into another room. You did hear the clang of metal of something was clearly in there, and like a scurrying sound, like I'll put it this way: something of intellect enough to respond to the door opening was spooked, dropped something, probably two things because you heard two separate things drop, and then is silent in the room beyond it now.
Well, all right. I mean,
Can
let's
I... I would say, can I send Noctua in and see through her eyes, see what's
Sure.
in the room?
Okay. She flaps into the room then, and scanning around, there are two very large pedestals. I'm going to go ahead and read this to you. Obviously, everybody else wouldn't know this until you guys, if you choose to go into this room here. But for what she sees, let me find it here real quick. That is 17. Two enormous pillars that go floor to ceiling that are on the far side of the room. So, Sarah, I'm going to go ahead and just move you into the room real quick so you can see the shape of it. Not that this will actually matter that much, but just you'll be able to kind of understand what I'm saying, what I'm describing here. Two big pillars that go floor to ceiling, and they're both emitting this kind of dim glow white light. That the pillars themselves are just covered top to bottom in crawling bugs of all sorts, just giant vermin of all sorts that are crawling all around it. The vermin are occasionally kind of fighting amongst themselves and stuff, but most of the creatures seem to be moving kind of sluggishly, as if the light is subduing them in some way. And just the pillars that are there are the only, let's say, permanent feature of the room, except for another door behind you, or behind Noctua, I guess in this case. And then on the floor are two disgusting slop buckets, like metal, steel slop buckets that have just, one of them just clambered against the floor and fell over. The other one fell kind of on its base and is still, relatively intact, with like all of the gore and small bits of viscera that are in both of them. Clearly, whoever was in here previously holding these buckets had been feeding the creatures, and has since run away, leaving the buckets behind. That's that. I'm gonna move you back.
So somebody's feeding bugs in there on pillars.
Yep.
And then there's another door, which is facing towards where the other door out here is. So could connect, could lead somewhere different.
maybe this room is one of those types of there's one door in and one door out type situations. I mean,
Could be. Should
can
we maybe-
Noctua check that door in there? Can Noctua open doors? She doesn't have thumbs, right?
No, she's an owl.
She's an owl with
Yeah.
thumbs.
I don't know a lot about owls. I'll be honest. Those fuckers can do a lot of weird shit. Maybe they can open doors.
I mean, maybe we should open the other door in this hallway and see what's in that room.
I mean, how do we do that?
Because I don't want to go in there and get stuck.
Sure. Like Nazim, you twisted a pillar a little bit, right? You moved it.
I brushed aside a bunch
there
of
was
bugs, which revealed, I just revealed a rune to press. I don't think anything twisted.
Do you want to check the other pillars and see if there's any more runes to press?
Yeah, I could run around. I still have the light on my glove, so I could just use it like a flashlight, see if there's any runes on any of the sides of the pillars,
Check the
and then
eighth
also
one.
By
giving
the way,
each
I'd
pillar
like
kind
to.
of a air hug
Yeah.
and
I'd also
twisting.
like to iterate that stroking these shafts was my idea. Originally.
I knew it had to be coming eventually. I knew you're building up to the joke at some point, but all right, all right. So Nazim, you kind of floating yourself, you begin to dip as you leave one pedestal, floating above it, of course, not touching it. Dip down until you kind of sink into the bugs a little bit, and then back up for the next pedestal. Make your way to the eighth. Carefully sinking back down to the bugs there and press it. The door behind you does begin to slowly open. I'm going to tell you that as soon as that one starts to open, you see, more kind of regular, like torchlight coming in from the room beyond it, but you hear chanting immediately. There's like an audible gasp, a humanoid audible gasp, and a Vabian dialect chanting an arcane spell of some sort coming from the room beyond. You clearly surprised whoever it is, and they're beginning a spell now.
What do you see, Nazim?
Yeah, you can't. I mean, you can barely see straight ahead. I'm going to say that you can see, what I've just moved you into, Nazim. You can see a couple of dirty cots in the far room, and that's it. That's as much as you can see.
Room full of bugs, fire, chanting. See someone get their heart ripped out in a second here. So what I'll do is I'll just scream back to everybody, let them know what I just saw. A little bit of a light source. People in there. There's chanting. Obviously, you can hear it from here. If possible, can I get close to that door and just kind of see as far in as I can to see if I get a better look into there?
Okay. You.
Like
I
you're
do
about to
want to
get
turn.
lit
I
up.
do want to turn off my light though, so that way there's no light. I'm just in the darkness.
Okay, so you turn off your light. There is light from inside the room, torchlight, that you see as you begin to peek around the corner into the room. You see a red robe with black accents arm that is finishing the end of a spell. A flash of blue light. Both the torchlight and the blue light disappear. The room is dark. And you hear a groaning sound of something clearly in pain and very large and newly apparated into this room, along with a terrible, terrible smell that begins to emanate from it, like rotting flesh.
Oh, Mama June, he summoned her. All right. All right. I'm just gonna quickly bark back what I just saw into the room and tell everyone to come in here and check this out. Something's going down.
Okay.
Before I
are
set
about
foot and
75
before
feet
I
up, well.
kind of make sure that no one's kind of coming after me here, I'll just kind of wait here in the doorway in silence until people show up.
You hear shuffling. Again, well, you know what? You don't have light, so where's that light?
I think I have dark sight 30 feet, right?
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I mean, the room is a little larger than that. Let's say that at the edges of your vision, you see something probably a little larger than Norok, humanoid in shape, covered in stitching and chunks of flesh that are haphazardly attached to it, let's say, kind of beginning to stumble towards you.
All right, so he sees me. I've determined that it sees me.
Well, I mean, he didn't necessarily need to. The sound coming from that door was an attractor. You know what I mean? Like it's the only egress in here, and you're
Gotcha.
at the corner there. So it was clearly
All right.
knows that
In
something
a quick
happened
emergency move, I will move silently as best as possible to the south section of that room, hoping not to make any noise, so that way it'll keep shuffling towards the noise of the door I just opened behind me.
Okay. I'll go ahead and
So I guess that's stealth check or something.
Like there? Yeah, go ahead and make a stealth check.
I imagine Sarah's probably floating like here on the broom, like trying to peek around the corner.
Okay.
but not like in the doorway.
You hear like the smell is beginning to fill this room as well. Like it already didn't smell good because of all the dead bugs, of course, but you do smell rotting flesh. Kind of beginning to fill this room as well. Pogo, you're on the broom with Sarah still.
Yup.
Okay. Nazim, you kind of carefully trying to sneak your way over there, floating, so you're not making sound by touching the floor. You do notice that the creature at the edge of your vision that is now beginning to get further, into your view. His eyes, well, what substitutes for, let's say at the very least, does follow you as you move across the room. It clearly can see in the dark.
Yeah.
And it is
All
stumbling
right.
its way towards you. It is a very large flesh golem. So, it's a viscera mortis. You've seen them before. In fact, you guys fought one before you had gotten to the end of the abyssal prisons.
Yeah, this is undead, right?
It's definitely not alive, that's for sure. Yeah, it's animated.
All right. Option 1, I can run out of this room, telling everyone we got a Viscera Mortis, and jump back into the bugs, let him shuffle around the bugs if he can make it through that hallway. Looking at his size and looking at the hallway I just came in through that door, is it wide enough for him to come down that hallway?
No, he won't be able to fit through.
Ah, shoot.
Or is he
To
just
go
how
through there.
how stupid are they? We're just gonna be able to blast his foolish butt from our safety of the bug room. Just light up that hallway.
Actually, Nazim would have some awareness of these because these are used for a lot of construction tasks and things like that because they're very strong and slow and dumb. So Nazim, you'd have an awareness that they're not particularly smart.
All right, they're pretty dumb then. I'm going to shout down the hallway real quick.
Just light a
There's
fire
another
in that
door in
room.
here. So there's another door in here. Should I just kick this open and if need be, run back into the room if things get too hot? Because I just don't want to open up these doors and have more
That
fun.
room would be the perfect room for a fireball.
It would. Let me do that then.
Reiterate, what do you do? What?
Okay, I'm going to shuffle north, one shot here.
Okay.
And I will prepare to run back through that narrow hallway.
Okay, all right, that door.
After
then. Okay.
the northern door, but after kicking open this door to my left.
You kick that door and nothing happens. That door. As you're passing it, you notice that there is an etching of a ring above the door, similar to the other ones that required a glyph key. This one seems to also require one.
Do I see that same etching or anything in this room anywhere?
It's
We got
dark.
a bunch of keys.
Yeah,
but
I would
no
say
one-
the far side of the room, the mortis was stepping away from. There is in fact, I didn't read that part to you yet, because now that you're in here and you can see at least portions of it, I'll go ahead and read it to you. Again, just like Sarah got the description of the other room, this one, Nazim is the only one aware of it at this point. Rough cots scatter across the floor that contrast with the decor of the east end of this room, which contains a great seat of white marble, like a big stone, not quite a throne, but a big marble chair that's an edifice into the wall. Some of the magic lights that are shrouded around it is very dimly lit. It was basically torchlight on the far side, is what you were seeing it as. There's magical torchlight on the far side, but very, very dim, like 5-foot radius. There is a black gate that you guys have seen in other parts of the facility in the northeast, but it is inactive. There's no light coming from it whatsoever, and that's it. And then the creature itself that is kind of stumbling towards you from it. He clearly came in through the black gate in the corner that you can see in the northeast corner there, and is no longer active. And then the Searderman who was in here that you did see initially that teleported out is obviously no longer here.
All right, I'm going to gather the group. So then what we'll do is I'll cast a minor illusion, just some firecracker noise, sparkler noise, something in the lower right-hand corner of the room to get its attention.
Okay.
Behind him, I guess you'd say,
Okay.
and run through the hallway just like that. And I'm going to update the team on what I saw, describe the room, and the situation that's inside that room.
All right. Give me just a second. Okay. He does as you're running away, kind of spin in place and kind of look towards the crackling sound that you made in the corner there. You hear him groaning, and you're not sure that you don't hear him shuffling any further. He seems to have stopped.
All right, I'll let them know that it's a viscera, whatever it is. They're pretty dumb, and pretty much just fill them in on all the lore and history that I know of as Nazim.
Yeah, you guys have all dealt with a lot of the Vabian constructs, at multiple points at this, throughout this, but especially when you guys were still at the one of the chain of dogs, and then when you were at the Crow Fort when they were surrounding it. There were a lot.
And also let them know about that dead door as well, another fake door kind of thing.
Okay. What are you guys doing?
I mean, if it's just stuck in there, we can just go and ready our shit, just go through the hallway and blow it the fuck up real quick, right?
Can we get to the other room right now? The one
Well,
to
if
the
we get
left?
close enough to that, we can go to the other room. The other room just has a couple buckets and walls of bugs.
Yeah. There is that
Because I'm
door.
thinking
And there's no
He-
other door, if I remember, right?
There's there is one door in there, which I'm
Oh,
assuming.
there's one
connects
door? I mean,
to
we can go in the other room. We can just leave this thing here and then go through the other room and see if there's a way through that door.
yeah, it
We can
sounds like
get,
he's stuck in here, so he can't get out that
yeah,
tiny hallway.
we can get close enough to this door to see if it reacts to any of the fucking rune things that we currently have.
Also, I'll make sure to tell the team about the ring emblem symbol
Okay.
to make sure that anyone's ever seen that or has seen it along the way to let us know.
We found another portal with a ring shape, but I don't know if we have the ring.
Yeah. Have we searched
Salazar, aren't
rooms
those
and left
rings
yet?
just to summon things, like to summon creatures into?
Well, what he's describing there is one of the glyph keys. You guys so
Oh.
far, you've and this is
Yeah.
Oh, that's to
DM
get
wise.
from a room to
Yeah,
another.
yeah. Right now, Norok has the Ankh. Arteme has the one that looks like a cylinder, like a rod with a like a walking stick kind of. And then Pogo has the sphere orb one. You do not have a
I
ring.
mean, how close do we have to get to that door to find out if our keys work, our glyph keys work? Or do we have to get close to the symbol? We have to get close to the symbol, huh?
Within 10 feet of it, whoever is, if you were
Alright.
holding the right key, within 10 feet, the door would activate.
Taravar,
You
you
could-
think we got
you
the
could
right key
test
or
it.
no?
I don't have the keys for here.
All right, so then we probably don't have the keys for here. I mean, do we? We've killed a lot of things here.
You have 3 of them. You don't have the ring.
Yeah.
When I'm describing a ring, it's literally like a kind of, I guess, imagine a nose ring or something like that, where it's a circle of that with a notch where the thing would secure. Just a circle with a orb in the middle of one side of it, I guess.
Oh, all right. So we don't think we have that one
You
anyways.
definitely don't. Yeah.
All right. Well, we go into the other room and see what these pillars of bugs that need feeding are.
I mean, we can. Is
I
there
don't have
any
any other
other-
thoughts.
Is there any other door in the room with the viscera, other than the one with the ring?
That's the only other door. The one that you guys are standing in front of, and then the door with the glyph key that you don't have. Yeah.
Wait,
Well, I guess
which
we
one?
can go.
The glyph key is in the one with the viscera, and then the other room just has a door that.
You guys didn't look at
I
that
did
door.
not
Noctua
investigate
flew. You guys haven't been in there. Noctua flew in by herself.
Yeah, that's right. Noctua doesn't have thumbs, so she couldn't check the door.
Yeah.
Should we check that other room and leave something in the doorway so to try to keep the door from closing if it's gonna fucking try to lock us in there somehow?
I will say Nazim did go through that door and into the room all the way to the other side, and the door didn't react. It didn't try to close or anything else. You don't know for sure if it would act the other way. Noctua was the only creature that went through the other door.
Yeah.
10 minutes for the shot.
But I will say also that Norok, having waited around through this, can see those doors just fine. You'd have to climb back up to the shelf, of course, because the door is up higher than the floor at which Norok is standing on in the bugs. But those hallways are too narrow for Norok to fit through, or the Tormanok for that matter.
Oh, they're too narrow for Norok?
Yep.
You can't even
Sorry,
make it
buddy,
through,
you
like,
just gotta
sideways?
live here.
this is your home now, Norok.
You know that. Do you enjoy eating bugs?
You'll need
all right,
some
well-
means of maybe altering his shape or something to that effect for him to get through, or a whole lot of butter maybe.
I mean, I can. It would take a few rounds. I wouldn't be able to do like anything after that, but I can if we need to. Okay, so we're gonna go check out this bug room.
Well, how about we check out the
Sure.
bug room before we do anything to Norok's, so he doesn't have to worry about it. All right. So me and Sarah flying in the bug room.
Okay.
Yep.
Perfect. Exactly what I wanted. I'm gonna put the door itself just to keep it from closing. I'm going to put. Man, I've got I don't carry a lot of shit. Pitten. I'm gonna put a pitten or python
Okay.
in the door jamb
Sure.
so that the door can't auto close or
It
magically close.
did recess until it was flush with the wall behind it, so there's an easy enough little gap for you to hammer one into. well, maybe not with Pogo strength, but with Norok or somebody could hammer that into
No
the
one,
space there.
Norok, fucking hit this bitch into the wall for me.
You do feel like it would be enough to secure it there.
All right, so we're in this room. I'm gonna feed the bugs. Just because I feel like I don't want hungry bugs in here,
You
so I'm gonna
don't
go
want
put the
hungry bugs?
bucket.
Okay.
No, I want bugs that have fed and they're not trying to eat us. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go put the bucket by one thing, and I'm
Right.
gonna put. There's no bugs on the floor here except for what
Oh
spewed
no,
in,
no,
right?
there are. Well, not the sea of them. There are bugs
Yeah.
that are like they seem maybe hypnotized or artificially calmed. I guess I'll put it that way. That are similarly covered, let's say, in a small amount of the scraps of skin and meat and gore that are also in the buckets. They've clearly been fed and have fallen off of the pillar and are on the ground. Some, not a whole lot. The rest
Okay.
of them are still on the pillars.
I'm just gonna put the bucket over by one pillar and put the other bucket over by the other pillar. I'm gonna get off the broom for a minute here to do that, just 'cause
Okay.
I think it's gonna be a lot easier.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna see if there's any weird reactions or if the bugs come down, if there's anything on the pillar. I'm not gonna like brush the bugs off the pillar since they're in like a trance. I'm just
Okay.
gonna see if I can see anything.
They don't react. You do. One of the pillars or one of the buckets rather had fallen over and spilled, so you do kind of have to either. Well, I guess you don't have to, but it is half empty at
No,
this point.
I'm just gonna put one bucket in between the pillars. They can fight for
Okay.
it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. You set it down. They don't react.
All right.
The ones that are already on the ground are like clearly eating the bits of scraps that they've already been given, but beyond that, the bugs don't seek it out. They stay where they were.
I'm gonna use Mage Hand to check the door.
Check the door behind you.
Yeah.
It is clearly secured. It is locked.
And it's a real door. It's not a real fake door.
It is. You can see into the hallway that there's a very faint movement of light behind it, clearly arcane in nature, coming from the hallway behind it. There was a gap. It does appear to be an actual passageway.
Can I look through the keyhole?
Sure.
Ever since the one dude did it,
Yeah.
I'm gonna start doing that.
Hey,
I'm
that's
like,
totally
can I-
fair.
can I
It's
look
been
through
there.
the
It's been there
keyhole?
this whole time. They literally. Okay, this
Yeah.
sounds dumb, but like that's something I often put in for doors. Is what you would see on the other side. Like I'll just make a note of it. So or if you listen to
Well,
doors, things
find
like
it.
that. Like I specifically keep those things in mind. If you listen to doors and stuff like that. But anyway, peering in through it, you see a short hallway, another door on the other side of it that looks very similar to the one that you're standing in front of, and it's a T-shaped intersection, and you're looking across from the top left to the top right of the T. But to the right, so the bottom leg of the T, let's say the north-south leg of the T, that's where the light is coming from, and it's a very like dark purple, almost blackish, like black light type color, that is kind of shimmering and wavy, but it's very subtle, very dim.
All right, I'm gonna whisper to Sarah. All right, so this door goes through probably to the next room, and then it kind of tees down, and there's something coming from that area, but I don't see anything else. And I'm gonna then. God, I don't want to touch this fucking door.
There's no like sigil or anything about this door, right? So like no ring or anything
Correct.
about
Yeah,
the door.
you don't see a glyph in this one. That's all part of it. What's Norok doing? You still waiting around at bugs, G?
Yep.
All right.
Walking around in
Arteme,
bugs.
what's Arteme up to?
I'm gonna go and help explore, I guess, and
Okay.
keep another pretty.
Just in case the bugs get
Ready?
angry. All right. I'll move you in there. How about Nazim? Taco? We lose you, Taco?
I'm thinking, sorry.
Did they get me down that hallway yet?
No, you're too big to be able to fit in through the room. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Once we
could
figure it out,
probably-
we'll come back for you. I promise.
Yeah, I'll run through with them.
okay. Well, you can fit in. Like,
Yeah, I can
well,
fit
human
through.
size can fit in. The Tormanok and Nazim. Sorry, and Norok won't be able to. So, all right. So Nazim comes in. Whoops. Teravar. Why are there two Nazims now? Hang on. I think it's a graphical bug. I'll fix it later. All right. Norok, where would you say you are in the room in case that becomes relevant at some point?
Probably going to be hanging close to the entryway that I can't fit in through yet,
Okay.
in case they do need me.
Okay. Well, in that case, you can see
the
into the
most I can do,
room.
but-
So for in case it comes up, I'm gonna go ahead and move you over. In case it comes up, I'm gonna say that you can see what's happening in the room, at least for the most part. Like there's, depending on what's on the other side of the room, possibly you may not be able to catch things there, but otherwise you can see what's going on. I need to refresh my side real quick. I don't think it will reset you guys, but just in case, I'm going to refresh it real quick. If it disappeared for you guys, let me know. But otherwise, it should just take a second to come right back. There we go. Okay, good. That fixed it. All right. So what are you guys doing?
Well, we gotta figure out how to get this door open, or we have to go kill the Viscera. Norak can't fit through the other door either, can he?
Correct. The hallways are the
Yeah.
same. Yeah, they're similar in width. Even turning sideways and trying to slide through it, it's just like maybe, like I said, literally, like it would be very, very unlikely for him to be able to fit through easily, and he would potentially get stuck.
Well, since we're gonna have to bring him in either way, I'm going to start prepping for that. So I'm going to take one of my second level spells and turn it into sorcery points. So I have 4, and then I'm going to turn those 4 sorcery points into a 4th level spell.
Okay.
So I now have.
That takes you 12 seconds, I think. So.
Yeah, that's 2 bucks.
Jeez, look at that cat. That cat needs to be on a diet. That is not healthy. Look at him struggling to get through.
0.
The poor kitty.
So I got 1.
We'll grab some water. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, so Sarah is preparing to. What polymorph that you're going to use? Polymorph is a 4th.
It's the only. Yeah, it is, and that's the only thing I have.
Okay. All right.
Yep. It's the only way I can make him fit through the doors.
All right. What's the rest of the group doing while Sarah's preparing that?
I'm just going to keep my eyes open for everything and scan the room for anything archaic, whatever. Obviously, those 2 circles are probably going to light up like a Christmas tree.
Magic.
Okay. Go ahead, Artemis, make either Arcana check, or you're actually going to cast Detect Magic using a spell slot.
I'm just going to do it as a ritual.
Oh, okay. Does it have a ritual tag? Maybe it does. It's been a while since.
It has the R.
Okay. Yeah, if it does, that's good. All right. All right, that'll take 10 minutes to do. Yeah, 10 minutes. Okay. Yeah, it does have.
All right.
Okay.
She's gonna relax for 10 minutes. I'm going to read another story.
I'm not relaxing. I'm performing a ritual.
Well, basically, if we've got 10 minutes, 10 minutes. I'm going to tell a story based on physical combat, blunt type combat to my shield.
Okay.
So to see, just for something simple.
Story about fighting a bunch of stone golems.
Golems or something to help with possible blunt damage if I roll high enough.
All right. Nazim, the pillars themselves are radiating an enchantment that is clearly connected to the door's enchantment. The pillars themselves are what are entrancing the bugs that are on them, and that as much as you're able to tell with a straight Arcana check. Hey, good roll. What's 25? How far does that get you on the shield?
It actually maxes it, so I've got a +3 to AC instead of 2. It floats, and then I've got, ironically, resistance against slashing, piercing, and bludgeoning attacks.
Cool.
And 100 damage type based off the story it was told.
You told him bludgeoning, great.
I did. That was me.
That
was me. So, but it's at least it's floating now in front of me for how long is it? A while. I can't remember. I think it's an hour. But it takes 10 minutes to tell the story, so I'll keep that up instead.
All right.
While this is happening, you said the pillars themselves are glowing, right?
Yeah, they're emitting a white light coming off of them. Yes.
All right,
that appears to be the bugs appear to be entranced by something. You gather it must be something to do with the light or the magic emanating from them.
I'm gonna take my mage hand and scoop up some of this nastiness and fling it at some of the bugs on the pillar and see if they eat and then fall off.
Okay, so you scooping up strips of not dried jerky, I guess is how I'd put that. Like clearly this is chunks of strips of skin and muscle tissue that is just covered in gore, of course, and effectively are feeding the bugs. And the only time you see them move with any rapidity is as soon as it splatters against the pillar there. Nearby bugs scurry over towards it, grab bits of it, they fight amongst themselves a little bit and begin to chew on it. One of them falls to the ground, lands on its back. It's kind of a large centipede-ish, scurries itself right back up and begins to chew on the thing on the floor, leaving that section of the pillar otherwise open. The pillar is covered, like floor to ceiling, in bugs, except for small sections as they move themselves around. But as you fed those bits of it, some of the bugs, evacuated that area, let's say.
Can I see anything on the pillar in that small space?
It's just glowing white.
I don't know, maybe we should try to get all the bugs off. I'm just gonna keep scooping somewhere with my mage hand.
Okay.
Just try and make a bigger area
All
that's open.
I'm busy telling a story to my shield. So
Yeah, so I mean, by the time Pogo, as you finish your story there, Artemis detect magic begins to wrap up. Artemis, you see thin threads of an enchantment rill traveling between the pillars there and the door. There is a small spot, kind of like a what's the word for that? The hole that's in a door that you used to look through. You know what I'm talking about? The little pinhole thing.
Peephole.
Peephole. There we go. A small peephole, kind of gem-like thing that's in the door itself, and there are thin threads of magic traveling between the pillars and that little pinhole. It looks like a lens, kind of, and you notice that as Sarah keeps feeding these bugs, more and more of the light from the pillars is meaning the threads of magic that you're seeing come in from it are clearly emanated with this light, are traveling to that pinhole, and the pinhole glows brighter and brighter as it absorbs more of the light from the pillars.
Okay, so we need to remove the bugs to maybe open it?
There's just scooping stuff with your mage hand onto the thing. Like, yep, sounds
Okay.
good.
All right. So as you're doing this, you do recognize that the bugs are attracted to the pillars and will stay on it, but as you feed them, they become satiated enough that they will, make their way to the floor, revealing more of the light from the pillars, which then is, being attracted by the gem in the door. It does, continue to feed them. It does take a little while, of course, and as others are assisting, but as more of the pillars become bare, more light is getting from them into the door. It does seem to be having an impact from the magic that Artemis is able to see. Anybody doing anything else?
No.
All right.
how much of that? So is the theory here that if we feed the bugs enough, we can open this door?
I mean,
Is that
that
the
would
theory?
be my assumption.
Are we gonna have enough in those buckets?
Does it look like we're gonna have enough in the buckets?
There looks like you could probably get enough, yes, but there's. I'm going to go ahead and say that as long as you're continuing to feed them, that you do, manage to get enough of them off of the pillars to reveal the opening for the door. The door does begin to creak, begin to open, and gets, slowly opening, not moving very quickly, and other bugs begin to clamber back up onto the pillar. Having fed and returning to the pillar, you then turn around and realize you still have Norik standing in the hallway, stuck in there with the bugs, with the dead bugs, not in here with us, and the door is beginning to close again.
What do you want to be turned into? I'm just gonna turn him into like a red panda and just go pick him up, bring him over.
All right, Norik, are you resisting being turned into a red panda?
No, I'll be a panda.
All right, little trash panda. All right, you are pulled in. Then I don't have a panda token, G, so you're just gonna have to pretend. You'll have to make panda sounds for a little while. The door
I'm
is.
just trying to think of something cute that I could pick up.
Okay. All right. So you've opened the hallway. It is a very small hallway, but it is enough that Norik, if in his regular form, would still be able to make it through. Similar in the dimensions, let's say, as other hallways you guys have been through so far.
Sarah's not dropping that stuff once he's in there. She's still holding him.
Yeah, I can't wait till Sarah just throws the red panda at a bad guy.
That's right.
Red panda
Well,
attack!
Well, depending on what you guys choose to do, we may have an opportunity here before too long.
Yeah.
Into the follow sexual harassment panda. In the hallway beyond it is a swirling portal, much like the others that you needed keys to open previously. Taravar, looking back in the hallway, snaps his fingers, and you hear a groan coming from the other room, and then something heavy collapse. He clearly intentionally reduced his control over the Tormanok in the other room because he no longer needs it and is following in behind you. The
Cool.
portal in front of in that hallway though is just like the others that you'd seen, except this one is black instead of white. And you of course can still hear the groaning Norok, although you're still in panda form. You still have your keen senses. Can hear the creature groaning in the other room to the door from the door to the right.
We're just all trying to head south through this T, right, where the light's coming from, just to make progress.
Yeah.
Forward momentum.
Yep.
Like we can pass through the, like it's not blocking us like the other ones with the white light used to.
No, it's blocked unless you have the key. You can't get through it.
Oh, and none of us have the right key then? Is my assumption, since we're all like, are we all? I'm following Sarah.
Yeah, because he's on the broom.
Well, no, I wasn't on the broom, but like I'll be right behind them. So is my key not doing shit?
Nope. Nor Norok's. Sarah's.
And Taravar's?
He comes around the corner. I doubt it. I might be able to get us through anyway, but I don't think I have the actual key needed for this. It'll cost a certain resource if we do need to go this way. It'll likely be the only time I can do that.
I mean, might as well, buddy.
All right.
I'm not really sure. There's no one in the other room that's gonna have a key on them unless they, for some reason,
Well, there
put one in the golem.
there likely was a Seardaman guard here at some point that had
Yeah, and then he ran
appropriate
out.
key.
Yeah,
So in that case,
we should.
you see him holding his hand out, and he makes a gesture, and the portal stirs to life and is now active, and that you can pass through it. You can walk, not use the portal, but walk through it to the other side.
Yeah, should we just let's go?
Sure.
And I'm not on the broom anymore right now, so I'm just walking behind you.
Okay.
But I am readying if I see any other Seardamans that do anything threatening. I am just gonna start first and hit him with an Eldritch Blast.
Okay. All right. There is a door on the other side of the portal. You guys are able to walk through the portal, and keep in mind the portal blocks all vision and sound through it, so you don't.
Yeah.
So you can step through it to the other side, but you wouldn't be able to see behind you, and there isn't much space on the other side. So who is going? You guys, I'm saying that because you guys know that from having walked through previous portals, and if there isn't a lot of room on the other side, you're going to bump into each other or potentially into doors and things like that. So because the order of events there is maybe potentially relevant, what is the marching order here? Who's walking?
I'm also going to say, quick reminder: if there's Seardaman on the other side and one of them has a key, we need to keep him from fucking running away, so we don't run into the same problem. Or anyone that we think might have a key. Pogo can go behind Sarah with the red panda.
Yeah, I'll go first, holding on to Norok and just kind of like holding him so that way if I need to like chuck him at someone and drop the polymorph, I can.
You guys abuse Norok
No.
so much. He's furniture. He's a ballista.
So here's
Throwing
the
him like
thing:
his ordnance?
you can throw him. You don't have to drop the spell. He still has like 6 hit points he can use.
Well, but as soon as he hits something and those hit points disappear, he becomes full-size Norok again.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's still
and
a red
if I
panda.
drop it just before he hits something, he can just like crush it beneath him.
Don't you guys think that you may want to ask Ben if he wants to be all of these
He's a
things?
red panda right now. It's not our fault. He's fucking 9 feet tall.
Do you want to be a cannonball Norok?
Well, they probably
Yeah.
asked the panda, and the panda can't say anything. So, like, see, he doesn't resist. Here you go.
You know what's funny is I feel like me and Norok both have very same coin, different sides.
yeah,
Pretty
you're
much.
the small.
Size issue.
Yeah.
That's good. All right. So marching order then: Sarah with holding Norok, Pogo behind. What's the rest of the order?
I'm gonna assume Teravar's gonna come up last.
Okay.
I'll drop second to last, I guess.
Okay. All right. Then
And
you
I
go-
do still have my
I
shadow
was
skin
gonna
up.
go last.
You're gonna go after or in front of Nazim then, Arteme?
Hmm.
All right.
I can go third to last if you want to be
You
behind
go
me.
last, but
After Teravar.
Yeah.
Follow the.
All right. I'm asking because these are narrow corridors. There's not,
Yeah.
you kind of have to go single file, and what is on the other side could potentially be relevant, of course. So I'm just putting it that way. All right. So you guys make your way through. Sarah, I'm going to go ahead and put you through. I think I removed. I did. I should have left the thing so you guys couldn't see through. But I'm going to go ahead and just read it, and we'll just, same way we typically do, where characters know different things. Sarah, you're going to have information the rest of the group doesn't have. The rest of you can't act on that information unless you step through or otherwise acquire that information. So remember, it blocks sound, so shouting back through it will not be of any assistance here. I'm going to go ahead and read the bit first before I open the door there. This room, as soon as you step, well, you know what? Okay, hang on. Let me give you a little more opportunity here. You step through the portal, and it's a very small distance between the portal and a door right after it. The door looks, it doesn't look like there's no glyph or anything like that. It's just a door. You could open it if you so choose. There's clearly activity on the other side. There's noise coming from the other side. I'll leave it up to you on what you want to do with that information. But there's clearly something on the other side of the door.
Okay.
So just you and a red panda Norok.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna. I mean, I can squeeze past Sarah. I'm right behind her. I'm
The
gonna
two
look
of
through
you
the
can be in the
keyhole.
same space. Yeah, the two of you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna look through a keyhole and see what I can see.
Okay. Looking through the keyhole, you see, let's see, at that height, you see a long, great hall, like a very big hall, with a bunch of wooden planks that are being used like bridges, kind of, and walking along these. Oh, I'm sorry. There is a crazy amount of noise. It is extremely noisy in this section that Sarah and Pogo are now standing in. It's constant squealing of pigs, like
Sure.
angry, hungry, fighting pigs,
Oh,
and
that's bad.
it smells awful. But what you see on these planks, these wooden planks, basically in the room, for what limited amount you can see through this keyhole, there are a bunch of stone pedestals, kind of similar to the ones that you were stepping on previously, but there are wood planks that are built between these pedestals that are obviously being used as bridges, and the floor is down below that. You can't see a solid floor. You only see these stone bridges atop these pedestals.
But
The
I don't
squealing,
see any.
you don't see the
seared men,
pigs. No, you don't.
All right.
No, you don't.
Alright.
But the down, you can hear the squealing of the pigs is coming from below. They're clearly in a pit that's down below this walkway of wooden pedestals. Walking along those pedestals, though, you see at least 3 or 4 skeletal looking undead, clearly intelligent, not mortis level, but these are intelligent undead that are walking around with buckets and dropping chunks of gore down into the
About how far away are they from the door itself? Like, if I go in this room, are they 30 feet away, 40 feet away?
About 15-ish or so from
Alright.
the first one, and then there's a couple more that are further away and a couple more that are way far away. It's about 100 feet, maybe 80 feet or so in distance to the far wall
Alright.
that you can see.
I'm gonna
There is
turn
light in the
around.
room, so you can see.
I'm
all
gonna
the way.
turn around and I'm just gonna put up like 4, like quietly. Well, I guess it's kind of loud, so I'm just gonna whisper. It's like, all right, there's like 4 to 5 fucking undead guys feeding what sounds like a shitload of pigs on a bridge.
Okay.
So
Do the bridge,
I don't know.
Does the
Like
bridge
a-
look sturdy enough to hold a full-size Norok?
No.
Probably not.
Yeah, it
I'm gonna
looks
say
pretty rickety.
it doesn't look like that. Like it's not OSHA approved. There's no railing.
In fact, I mean, it looks like it's
So-
ramshackle, like it's been broken and repaired
Yeah.
over and over again. With,
So
whatever they could find.
I say we go in and just kill these undead things and keep running across this shit bridge.
I mean, that's fine. Should I give Norok back his size and just give him the broom? Because he
I
can
don't
fly
think
on the broom
I
now.
don't think you can use
Because
the
the broom's
candy.
fixed. The broom's
I
fixed.
mean-
He can use it.
Why don't we keep
Just
him as a
yes.
panda for a minute, just to see where we're at?
Right? Because as a panda, he's not going to be able to do anything.
Well, there's floor on the other side. Like there's a entryway to this room, right? Like it's not straight to the bridge. Like there's like a little
Yeah, just like
space we
the
can
well,
stand.
you know what? You wouldn't be able to see through the doorknob or through the keyhole rather. But I will tell you that you can see that the floor continues from beneath the floor. At least, you're not going to fall as soon as you open the door. I guess, I'll put it that way.
All right, I'm going to since I got nothing else up on concentration, I'm going to give guidance to myself.
Okay.
Just might as well. Doesn't hurt.
Okay.
And fuck it. I'm just gonna jump through and cast Eldritch Blast on the closest fucking dude that I can see.
Okay.
If he's, are you telling me you're gonna open the door and go through first?
I'm just telling you guys. I'm gonna open this door. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna fucking blast this bitch.
All right.
I am going to ready chill touch then
Okay.
for whatever is closest to me.
You haven't communicated to the people behind you yet. You did say that you, before stepping through this,
Oh, that's right, because they couldn't
and they
hear
can't
on
hear
the
you.
side of the
Yeah.
portal.
So everybody that's behind it
Can
don't
we
know
use
anything
the
yet.
earring?
Yeah, that seems to work.
Okay, so we'll let them know
What
through
the
the
plan
earring
is.
what's
Okay.
on the other side.
All right, because
Yeah.
if they come rushing through, they're going to trample you. Is what I'm getting at.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
All right. Pogo, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to read the rest of the, because now you're getting a little more information now that you can see the whole room and not just through the keyhole. So opening that again, dimensions of the room are not accurate, but you can see a little better now what's in there. The what must have been a great hall is now a great swine pen. There are 3 rows of thick pillars that are supported by the ceiling. Each pillar is marked with a large red X in red paint. Pigs, which there are likely hundreds of, are packed in here just shoulder to shoulder on the floor. There's just they're everywhere. They're basically the entire density of the floor is covered in pigs. 10 feet above them, which is at foot level with you guys, there are skeletal undead that are standing on these crude bridges of wooden planks that are just dumping food out of these buckets down into the pigs down below. I'm going to tell you, they don't look like just skeletons. They look certainly more dangerous than they are well equipped for a fight.
Well, luckily, I have a floating shield.
All right. You opening the door, though, you do see that there is a lip of it. It doesn't extend far into the room. You'd have to make a jump onto the first section of the pillars where because the wooden platform doesn't extend to the doorway. So you're gonna have to jump from there to the first platform where the skeletal creatures are.
Oh, okay. So, like where I'm at right now on the map is
That's
actually
open
pit.
air. Yeah, that's where the pigs all are down below. And
All
the
right,
pigs, by the way, if you probably already know this, of course, but pigs, especially starving pigs, will absolutely just tear through.
Consume 8 pounds of human flesh.
Yeah, so if you guys
I'll
have
eat
seen,
everything.
3
was
minutes.
it Hannibal? Was it Hannibal that
No, it was Lock, Stock, and 2 Smoking Barrels.
Oh
I
well,
think?
maybe that too.
There
The part I'm
was-
thinking of, I think it was Hannibal, wasn't it? Or one of the.
There's
one
a
of the...
lady out in Weimar that got arrested for feeding a bunch of people to pigs.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
That's
It's,
where Ben and
they'll
Becky
eat
live. So.
bone, cartilage,
Yep.
everything.
Yeah.
Like it's a really good way to get rid of the body.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah,
Takes care of everything except the bones.
they'll eat the bones too.
I think they'll eat the
Yep.
bones, no
Yeah, because
problem.
they try to get to the marrow and they'll just
Oh,
crunch it right up.
they'll still be
Hey,
fragments.
It all.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to say, Pogo, that it's pretty well within your passive to kind of make that kind of a jump. It's not a far jump. It's just that there's a little gap there, so I'm not going to bother making you make a dex or an acrobatics for that. People less dexterous potentially, but Pogo has an extremely high acrobatics. So.
Is the map pretty accurate? Am I like pretty like from that jump?
Easily.
I'm like right next to the dude.
You're next to the first one, which these creatures, I don't think you've ever fought them before, but they are, like I said, they're not just skeletons. They are more advanced undead than that.
I'm gonna risk this since I feel like I get a bit of a surprise on him. Just open the door, jump in here.
Okay.
Instead of doing Eldritch Blast, I'm just gonna try to push the fucking dude off the thing with my.
Okay.
I know not strong, but I feel like I'm gonna try it.
Now that you've leapt into the room, you do see on the far side of the room there is a live human Seardaman on the far side. You see him in the bottom corner there, and then there are 6 of these skeletal creatures. They're actually wights, W-I-G-H-T, is what they are. Not that necessarily matters, because in narrative you guys wouldn't necessarily know the difference between a skeleton and a wight. They just look intelligent. Skeletons don't typically. But there was a Seardaman on the far side. Go ahead and make a you know what? It still has to be athletics for a push. So go ahead and make an athletics check for shoving that wight.
I mean, athletics, karate kick isn't going to really make a difference, right? I feel like a push.
I mean, you can style it however you want. It's just still an athletics check as far as what the roll is going to be, and then go ahead and roll initiative.
Let's do this. Damn! Let's see what he rolls. Come on, natural 1 on this bitch.
Here, let me roll them real quick, and I will. Normal.
Oh, nope.
Oh, these are their initiative rolls. Sorry.
Got it.
I didn't roll his check yet. There we go. I got a natural 1 somewhere in initiative. All right, let me roll. Sorry, that was still all initiatives there. Okay, his attributes, strength, save, normal.
A
10. Yeah, he still beats it.
That's okay.
All right. Go ahead and Artemega, or Sarah, sorry,
I'm gonna use
Sarah,
the rest of my movement though, just to move right like around him.
in a more stable spot. Sure. All right. Go ahead and put yourselves in initiative. Here, I'm gonna begin combat, so
Oh
you
wait,
guys can add
no,
yourselves. There you go.
right there. I don't want to move out of his range.
We'll get some music here. Pardon the rust here, guys. Been a little while.
What? What? Waiting for my combat tracker to update.
No problem.
I get to hit the first dude with a chill touch.
Oh,
Right.
yes, sorry. Yeah, you did have that prepared as well, so go ahead. And then we'll get into initiative here.
Why am I not showing up on the combat tracker to roll my initiative? Am I forgetting something?
Right-click yourself and click the... Here, I'll add you. There you go. I just
There you
added
go.
you. Now you can
Thank you.
hit the... Yep.
I'm assuming 26 hits.
That will hit.
Oh,
Damn.
rough initiative.
Norok, you'll be up first. You are still... You don't know what's going on there yet, of course, other than that they said what their plan was. But, you know, you can't hear anything
All right.
coming from the other side, but you'll be up here in just a moment. All right, 13. Oh, I'm missing my thing. What is my... Didn't I have a button to make that appear? Let me see. There we go. All right. Little hit point tracker thing. I always forget how to make it appear. All right, 13 damage to him, and he is hit by chill touch, right? For the healing impact of that, I assume.
Well, for that and the fact that he's an undead, so he'll have disadvantage when he attacks me.
Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, but only against you, right?
Yeah.
All right. So just keep that in mind. It's the one that's in the top right corner there. He's currently injured as well. So. All right. That will bring us to Nork. What you doing, Holmes?
Did she move at all? Oh no, she didn't. She didn't move yet.
She didn't say anything about it. Yeah, it's not her turn yet. She just had that
Yeah,
held as an
right.
action for preparing for when you hopped in.
I'm going to try to go through the portal.
Okay. You rush
Oh,
through.
yeah.
You rush through to the other side.
Well,
nearly-
no, because he's a panda.
Oh
in my
shit! I'm
arm.
sorry.
Oh,
Never mind.
Yeah,
Never mind.
Never mind.
Yep, yep.
I'm already watching everything. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so you do actually know what's going on already here, although it's through Panda Sight. I don't know how much a panda's going to recognize, because you don't have your brains, you have panda brains right now. So,
Yeah. You've got panda brains.
and I don't know. I mean,
Um,
you know what? Just because I don't want it to not be fun for Ben 2, I'm going to say that you can choose to, because well, no, you can't choose to drop the form if you've been polymorphed.
no, I
That's
had
fair.
a plan,
I'll be panda.
but
You got a plan.
Okay.
I need to move first,
Right to make.
so I have to wait till my turn.
Well, I'm going to say then that Norok, because you guys knew you were heading just for so that Norok still gets to do something. It won't be your turn yet, Holmes. But
He can
I'm going to say that you can hold your action.
action.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, because you're prepared for a fight here anyways, knowing what they had said. You don't really understand it because you're a panda, but I'm going to say that you can hold your action so you still have your action when Sarah does whatever she's going to do. Sound good?
Yep, then I'm getting ready, just an attack for, I guess, whichever enemy gets closest enough within melee range after I've been popped out of my panda.
Sounds good. All right, Arteme, you are up next. What are you doing?
Okay. I'm gonna go through. I'll wait until the other two go through.
Okay. I mean, I'm going to say for the purposes of this, you guys can pass them. You can pass them in the hallway if you choose to, because it would literally be the entire round. Like you wouldn't get to do anything right now if you was waiting.
Okay. I guess I'll go through and I'll have produce flame ready.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and move you to the other side so you can see the other room then. There you go. And you can share the space. I know that looks like Norok is actually there. It's actually just Sarah, which you can share this place with Sarah. She's holding the red panda still. So you can see the room now. You see the feet of Pogo as he flips across to a pedestal there, attempts to shove a skeletal creature off and fails, but then kind of steadies himself. So you can see the room, all the creatures there. What are you doing? That was pretty good, G. Little red panda gonna
I'm gonna
attack
try
that
and
rock.
hit one of them with produce flame.
Okay. The one that has been hit already is kind of pulling his stick up, getting ready to bash at Pogo with it. Sarah has hit it with a spell already.
I'll hit that one then.
Okay. Go ahead and cast your Produce Flame.
I'm gonna kind of yell out, "If you can, worry more about that guy in the corner." I'm gonna kind of like
Does that hit?
poke my sword of the Seardaman that way.
Okay. 16 will hit, Fox. All right, 11. I don't think they have any special. No, nothing for fire. So it impacts him in the back as he's preparing to swing the stick down at Pogo. Does this have the thing? Can I just apply it straight from here? Oh shit, that's cool. Hell yeah. Well, this doesn't matter to you guys, but I'll show you in the screenshot. It's really cool. I can literally just click on the rolls that you guys make and click that, like, a target something, and it'll automatically. Here, I'm gonna put it in Discord. I know this doesn't make any difference to you guys, but I find it very cool. I can literally just click on apply, and it'll automatically apply it, or I can do half or whatever from there. That's really cool.
That is cool.
Yeah. All right. Arteme, that impacted him. He's still. He's battered already. These aren't super strong. They just have, well, they're dangerous. They just don't have a lot of hit points. I'll put it that way. But he is still there. You still have bonus actions, or the rest of your movement. You are also blocking the hallway at this point too. So if anybody were to try to come in after you, they'd bash into you, which might push you down into the pit of pigs in the floor, which could be risky.
Come on in. The water's fine.
I'll just go there.
Okay, make an acrobatics check. So this isn't solid ground. The whole where you're standing right now is a pit that is full of hundreds and hundreds of pigs. The areas that are brown with the
Where
pedestals.
is this in?
The solid ground would be all of the, again, this map is really awful. I'm sorry. So basically the stone. You see all those stone circles? Those are pedestals, and then there's the wood bridges that are the brown parts that are connecting them. Those are the only places that you can stand that are not covered in pigs. So
I'll try and go onto there then.
Okay.
You said acrobatics?
Yeah, make an acrobatics check, yeah. It's a really low DC, as long as you just make a quick jump. Yeah, that's fine. So you quick jump over to the edge there. You're kind of at the end of it. There isn't really any more space for anyone else to go unless someone jumps to another pedestal nearby. Because Pogo and this white that you're standing next to now are kind of blocking that pathway there. But you are safely on that ledge there. If anybody, keep this in mind, this is why I mentioned the whole pig thing. If anybody, gets pushed or shoved or falls or slips or anything like that, they're going to fall into the pigs, and that is going to be potentially disastrous. So keep that in mind, especially if they were small morsel panda shapes. I'll put it that way. They would probably not last long from hungry pigs. So bonus actions, Fox.
Not really.
All right. That will bring us to one of the whites. Which one is that? That is this guy that is right behind Pogo. He is going, pardon me, he's going to spin around, seeing this halfling having leapt into the room here, grab your shoulder and shove you down towards the pit.
God damn it. I was so excited for any other kind of attack.
They're not particularly strong either. It's not necessarily a great shot, but he does, see that, you kind of precariously stuck on the side here is potentially.
Sure. Is it a strength save on mine or ability check?
Yeah, strength save, yeah, contested
Right.
strength save, so strength save.
Does guidance work on saving throws?
I think it is anything other than an attack, if I remember right.
Yeah. Let me.
Oh
let me
shit!
roll a
Oh no!
D4.
Well,
Well, hold on, I got a D4.
No,
guidance.
you can't roll less. So, but it
Yeah.
does go to. Okay, a 2 will do
There
it.
we go.
A 1 would still fail. So he grabbing your shoulder tries to shove you, and you kind of just rotate to the side, not really intentionally, but also trying to avoid the attacks of the other white as he begins to kind of slip behind you and kind of right himself. Bonus action. Give me just a second. Let me see. Bonuses.
Because my AC right now is 20, and I take half damage from bludgeoning.
Oh, for the
and
bludgeoning attack.
other stuff.
Gotcha.
So,
Yeah.
like, I'm not too worried about these guys.
Sure. Well, they're not super strong, anyways. They
Yeah.
can hit really hard, but
I'm worried about the guy in the corner.
Yeah. He is going to disappear from behind you and appear over on the ledge over there. And that is it for his turn.
Surprising bonus thing from the white.
They're actually, kind of tough. They don't have a lot of hit points, but they are pretty dangerous. This other one is going to rush towards you and try to shove you off the edge as well.
Son of a bitch.
Sorry. Good thing they're not very strong.
No.
18.
No.
Oh shit!
Wait.
All right. Goes
Wait,
to the runner.
wait,
Yeah.
wait,
Sorry.
and
No,
I-
hang on.
I
Guidance.
put in my
Guidance is.
D4, so
But guidance is
will save
consumed.
on that
No,
one.
guidance is consumed the first time you roll it, isn't it?
I think it lasts for a minute or two.
But
let me look it
it's
up.
consumed when you first use it, the first time in that minute, I think. Double check it, yeah.
Yeah, let me check. It is an action. Yeah,
think it's the
once
next-
four spells, and the target can roll a d4, so it's just once.
The next time. Okay. All right. So
Yep.
that means it does go to the runner.
You know what threw me off there? That threw me off. Baldur's Gate threw me off because I was like, "Hey, you just get it fucking all whenever you
It
want."
just lasts forever. Yeah, yeah. All right, so he impacts your shoulder, sends you sailing over. He stumbles over with you and falling into the pit down there. Let's see, it is. Sorry, I gotta find the stats for what they're due here. It is DC 18 Dex saving throw at the start of each of your turns, or take 2d10 bludgeoning damage and 2d10 piercing damage. If you take 12, you're also knocked prone.
Oh, I'm knocked prone.
If you take up to 12, if you take 12 damage total. So did you? Well, you fall into the pit, and 4d10. Jeez, it's 4d10 pig damage.
Pig damage?
Well, half of it's bludgeoning.
Ouch.
Is it at the beginning of my turn though?
Well, when you fall into it, or at the start of your turn. So the first
so
is 7 total. So you take half of that. So you take 3 plus 13. So you take 16 total damage. Which means you did take 12. Which means you do fall prone, and you're now prone in the pit, being chewed on by pigs.
Boo! The pig damage is the pig damage.
It's half bludgeoning and half piercing. Yeah, it's half bludgeoning and half piercing. That's why that was reduced.
I think I take half from.
You do. Yeah, you take half from bludgeoning. That's why that was reduced. It would have been 20. So if you look at the dice there, it was 3, 4, 3, 10. The first was the 3 and the 4. I took that in half and rounded it down for 3 total, plus the 13 from the 3 and the 10, which is piercing, for a total of 16 instead of 20.
Got it.
Are you concentrating on something? Oh, that was guidance.
It was
That was
guidance.
Yeah. All right. That is it. You notice that the pigs don't seem to be chewing on the whites, by the way. They're bony and don't appear to be concerned. The pigs don't seem to be concerned with them. That is it.
Oh, he's down there with me?
Yeah, he fell down with you. He didn't try to slow himself. He bowled into you and shoved you off with him. Oh God, that is awful, Sako. White power, but GHT white. All right, other one.
It's a monster book for role playing game.
Yeah, it's a good name. Well, awful name, but good creative, I guess. Another one going to rush towards Arteme. He's on a different pedestal. He can't reach her physically, but in Arteme's direction here is going to. Let's see. Those aren't particularly useful there. I'm going to do. That's not very much. Oh, shit. You know, I think Arteme is resistant to that, but he wouldn't know any better. So he's going to attempt to use this in a cone in this. But the people behind the portal would be affected. So Nazim and Taravar can ignore this. Sarah, Norok, and Arteme will be in this sphere here. Radius here.
Advantage.
Do you? Okay, and I think Arteme does as well. Arteme might even be completely resistant. I think Norok is resistant to fear as well because of rage. Well, you're not raging it though. But is it?
Oh no, that's true. I think it is. Let me double check.
Yeah,
it is immunity, but I think it's only when I'm raging though.
Okay. So. Yeah, check your guys' resistance. Arteme, I think you might be for magical fear, at least for magical sleep and stuff. But magical fear, I'm not sure on. Do you know offhand, Fox?
I'm not sure. Hang on.
All right, so Sarah succeeds anyway.
I have saving throws against.
You do, you're below the pit. You don't have to worry about it because you're down with the pigs. Yeah. So.
Hey, silver linings.
Yeah. So exactly, silver lining being chewed on by pigs is that you don't have to worry about being feared. It's actually DC 18, by the way, not 13. This dungeon was a lower level one that I upscaled.
You can't be charmed or frightened by elementals or fae, and you have immunity to poison disease.
Okay, but he's an undead, so that would not come into effect there then. So it's a DC 18 Wisdom save, Fox, and Norok as well. Sarah succeeded.
All right, it says I'll have to roll. It's only immune when I've raged, but if I rage, it suspends the effect until I stop raging. So if I get mad, it'll stop.
All right, well that's good news.
Temporarily.
Yep.
So, but I'll roll, of course. So you said 18.
Yeah, DC 18. So Arteme is feared.
You have to use red panda numbers.
Yes.
I mean, I don't think the red panda is holding anything, so you can't drop anything. I don't think it's gonna hurt you much.
I'm not concerned about that. It's more about running towards this white who is now blocking that doorway there. I don't have stats for a red panda. Let me see if I can find stats for a raccoon. We'll call that. I think that would be fair enough. Ben, what did you roll? What was the actual dice roll?
15, I think.
13.
No, 13.
13? Okay.
There's no 6 modifier.
All right. Raccoon stats wisdom is a +2, which still would not have been about 15. So you are feared as well. That means all of you except for Arteme and Sarah are now feared. No, sorry, Arteme and Norok. Oh, come on. I need to get faster at this. This has been a while. I'm slow. All right. I'm just going to... You're not actually bleeding, but... here, I'll put Charmed. I'll just use Charmed as the effect, because I don't see fear there quickly. All right, that'll work. All right, and that brings us to Sarah. So Sarah,
Okay,
you
so
are
I'm
not
gonna-
feared, but you do feel the red panda in your arms trembling. He
Yep,
starts to
I'm just
peel.
gonna-
He starts to peel.
I'm
along.
gonna- She just kind of grits her teeth and like wraps him up in her cloak, and then she's gonna fly over here.
Okay.
And I am going to drop down to where. Okay, so I'm gonna put the panda on the broom and then drop polymorph. And
okay, the panda's not gonna be able to hold the broom.
That's why I'm dropping the
You're
polymorph.
dropping it quickly. All right. So the idea is
Yes.
you're jumping off and immediately, removing.
Norok has the broom.
With the
yeah.
broom. Gotcha. Okay. All right.
And I will be right here, and Norok is right next to me,
Right next to you?
or
Okay.
above me, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
Other side. I want
Oh,
him
I
in
thought we were
between
going
me
to
and
do a
this
red
guy.
panda bomb.
Yeah.
We're not red
I will
panda
be
bombing?
There.
All right.
And then I will just scoot over here.
I don't know if you did it
Oh.
intentionally for that tactical advantage, but the thing with fear is he can't approach the target of the fear. Since you drop him next to it already, then it's kind of a non-issue. So you dropped him right next to the thing that he was afraid of. He didn't move, you moved him, so that worked out.
Exactly.
Very, very clever
And
use there.
then-
All right.
I'm going to cast. Well, I don't have a whole lot to do here, so I'm going to cast Mind Sliver at the Cyrdomen.
Okay.
Intelligence 18.
All right. Let's see.
didn't
He's not an
target.
Erdeman, so he does not have advantage. Erdeman do, but Cyrdamen do not.
Ah,
Oh, 15. He did not succeed.
great. So damage, and then he gets a D4 minus from his next saving throw.
Okay. You'll need to remind me on that.
I will
I'll
try
put
to
it.
remember.
I'll put something on here, and then I'll wonder why I have him marked as surprised here. I'll put that on, and just remind me that that's what it is. All right, and 16 damage.
Do I get to do my held action?
You do.
Okay, just whenever.
Yeah, go ahead, Holmes. So you are reverted back to full-on Norok form. Go ahead and, you know what, just because... No, never mind, sorry, you're not on the broom. Or you are on the broom, rather. I was going to say, if you were standing on the steps, those steps are not going to be able to hold you very easily. The kind of wooden bridges, you can see how rickety they are. But
Why I
since
left
you left...
him on the broom.
Yeah, since you left you on the broom, we don't have to worry about that. So go ahead and, you have your roll. You do have to hold the room with one hand, though. You gonna one-handed swing Vulcanbreaker at one of these guys?
Sorry, I was a little slow too, apparently.
No problem.
And
Which
you're
one?
on the broom, so you also don't have to be floating on top of the bridge either.
Okay.
So you can move wherever you want.
Yeah,
when
you
it's
yeah,
your
correct.
turn.
Yeah, you can be anywhere in the room if you choose. The one to the right of you, you're afraid of.
Yeah.
The one
Well,
that has kind of red shoulders.
Free range.
Oh, okay. Then actually, I'm going to whack him.
Okay.
instead.
Are you
Some
raging
target.
first or?
Yeah, can I?
Yeah.
Or is that part of my thing?
I'm gonna say that you have bonus action and one attack because it would be a held action.
Okay.
It wouldn't be your full action. But yeah, bonus action and one attack is fine.
No, rage.
I need my poor little mimic on the broom to like become a brooms already.
We're gonna be near the end of the campaign by the time he's ready. I mean, it does take him a while. It's just that you guys haven't had long duration breaks, for them to grow.
Okay. Ah.
Oh, okay. Hang on.
Yeah.
Were you intending to hit the one on the right that has you feared, or the other one that's already weakened?
Oh, the one on the right. Sorry.
Okay. All right, no problem.
But either way, I don't know. 12 will hit though.
Its AC is 12, so you
Oh.
barely made it. Yep.
Sweet. Okay.
Go ahead and roll the damage. Nazim, you are up next.
That sucker.
All right. 12. See if it does. Cool. It automatically prompted for concentration as well. See if he drops his fear. He succeeded. But he still takes the damage. All right, that's it for your turn. That brings us to... Oh, sorry, that was Sarah, and then held action from Norok.
I don't have a bonus action.
No
that I
bonus
can use.
actions,
I
and
have,
that was
like,
it for your movement?
No spell slots.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys are pretty well tapped already, so... This is just a Seardaman, not a full-on Erdaman, so he's not quite as tough as some of the others are, and you do have Terravar to help you too, so...
Yeah, I do still have my shadow skin up, even though it doesn't show it on.
Yeah, it's because we're on a new map. I'll go ahead and I'll put it on here for you.
I think it lasts for like 8 hours.
Yeah, it does. Yep. All right. That's not Terravar's icon. Did I change the art? Maybe when I moved the map to the old one. That's fine though. All right. Bringing us to Nazim. What you doing, Sako?
All right. I'm not in there yet, so I don't know what's going on. So I will walk through.
Okay.
So I will tap down here.
You
So I walk
gingerly
through.
step your way through the portal to avoid, knocking anybody off potentially, and see this melee occurring in the room there. You do see, of course, that the only places that you could stand without walking on the backs of pigs are those wooden platforms, which are pretty well filled up.
Okay. Is there anywhere I can stand right now?
Without jumping, no. You'd probably need to teleport your way in. Like just jumping, you would normally be able to jump to one of the nearby ones, but they're pretty full up, and they're kind of dance fighting on the platforms themselves to keep them falling off. You do see a pogo being chewed on by pigs laying down on the ground, like covered by pigs on the ground.
And it does not look like I'm enjoying it. I want to clarify for the record.
I don't know how many situations
There's
there
been
would be where you'd be.
stories.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like an enjoyable experience to me.
Okay. Shoot. I want to waste a teleportation spell. I can't jump anywhere, you said, right?
The one that where Arteme is, you would be able to jump there, but there's a White and Arteme already kind of filling that space. You'd have to be able to jump 15 feet to be able to make it to the other side, where, over here by the door, which I don't think you could jump that far.
Nope. I need my boots to jump in, my jet boots.
The ones we use in Gloomhaven.
Yep. Alright, I guess let me see what I have for teleports. Don't want to use the dimensional doors. Where I'm standing right now, is that a viable place to stand?
Yeah, you're good there. There's not space for anyone else to be also in the same place as you, but yeah, you're fine where you are.
Okay, I have clear shot of a few of these guys, don't I?
Yeah.
Perfect. Let me ready some Eldritch Blasts. Let's start nuking them from a distance for now.
Okay. Yeah, you got one that you got a completely open shot at. That's the one that's to the south bottom left of you.
Yeah.
And then here, I'm going to do this. This one over here that is marked, that one's down on the ground. So he's actually below. You could still hit him perfectly fine. He's just down surrounded by pigs. Yeah.
Okay.
This one here that is right next to Arteme, that one is injured already and is fighting Arteme and Norok. This one over here, you've got a clear shot at as well. That's the one that feared the group. You didn't know this, but he's the one that feared the group.
Okay, since I'm just bursting into this willy-nilly, I'm just going to shout out really quick who needs some quick assistance.
You just hear from the floor.
All right, the little one getting eaten by the pigs, so I'll go ahead and target him. And I will Eldritch Blast all 3 shots to that target down there.
Good. Go and roll your attacks. That'll hit. AC is 12, so all of them that are above a 12 will hit.
Okay, so that's the first one will hit. Second one will hit. And third one will hit.
All 3 hit.
So 3 damage. So 1 damage.
Let me apply it.
2 damage.
Oh, wait, did I move him? Hang on. Not mean to do that.
Good roll.
Good shot.
And last one.
And 3rd damage.
Nice.
There it is.
20,
shit.
30, 28, 30, 35 points? Holy
He is
shit.
barely held on. As he's beginning to clamber his way up, you notice that the pigs are kind of ignoring him. They don't seem to be paying attention to him while they're trying to devour Pogo. But he stands his way up and begins to bring this kind of spiked wooden stick up into the air to kind of stab down into Pogo, and you blast into him with the Eldritch lightning into him, kind of knocking him off his feet just a little bit. He begins to stumble again. He has 2 hit points left, barely still alive. Well, undead. Any bonus actions?
Not at this time, no. Actually, before I say no, does it look like anyone else is in dire need based on me just bursting in here?
I mean, what you're seeing, I'll let you guys speak for yourselves. You do see Pogos being chewed on by pigs.
I think Pogo's the worst off at the moment.
Okay.
I'm still
right.
covered in shit from those bugs.
Sounds
Yeah,
good
he's
then.
Covered in welts. You know what? If anything,
Pogo
maybe
is
the
having
welts.
a hard time.
He is having a bad day, yeah. But if anything, the welts are like a little bit of a cushion, maybe. You know, because all of the bee venom that the pigs are chewing on instead of, you know, your organs.
There you go. All right, I think I'm good then.
All right. That
Are you guys all full hit points?
Sarah's a little bit dinged up, but not too bad.
Yeah, those temporary hit points from Artemis were nice.
Yeah, Artemis, Nazim, and Norok still have temporary hit points from the Hero's Feast. They're like more than full, in fact.
Yeah. Why am I going first?
I don't see that. I just see 160.
Wouldn't that's right? We
venom
took a hero's feast, so Norok would have had advantage on wisdom saves. So would Artemis.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it's something you guys need to remember, not me, but yes, that is correct.
I just thought about that.
Yep, that is correct. Remember, Fox, you guys gave everybody a Hero's Feast before you guys came in? That would have given everybody advantage against the fear. I think it's wisdom saves, which would be a fear. So go ahead and re-roll your wisdom save, Artemis. And Norok, you can do the same. Norok's is technically paused for rage anyways. It wouldn't be with advantage again. You already rolled it once, so it'll just be just the first one. That's fine though. It's okay. The first one was an 11. You're with your wisdom modifier. That might be enough. Let me see. What's your wisdom modifier? Wisdom is +5. That'd be 16. That is not enough, so it still wouldn't quite make it, Fox. Norok, same for you. So you both still would not quite have made it because it was 18 DC, but still worth remembering because there are likely other effects too. So. Okay, which white is that? That is this one over here. He is going to spin in Norok's direction and kind of awkwardly hop his way over to the middle of the bridge here and begin to lash out at Norok.
If he hits me, I'll use retaliate as my reaction.
Okay. He is going to do a. You see, well, I mean, over your shoulder, you see this really kind of rusty and broken and lockjaw riddle. What's the whatever. Anyways, the needing tetanus. There we go, tetanus. Tetanus riddled rusty sword that he's going to swing at you. 12. I don't think a 12 will hit, will it?
Nope.
All right. And second. 19. 19 does hit, I assume.
Yeah, mine's 18. So yep.
DC 18 con save.
Okay.
Oops, wrong thing. 18. All right, so you succeed. I don't think it does anything other than the regular damage if you succeed. So 10 damage, cut in half actually for your rage, so 5.
I've got 2 temporaries left.
All right. If it I'll just succeed. Yeah, there's nothing on a success, so never mind. Nothing else. All right, that is it for his turn. Bringing us to Pogo. Pogo, you are still, of course, prone, and it's going to be a strength check for you to stand up.
Oh, strength check. All right. What's I take damage too, right?
Oh, sorry. Yes, you start your turn there, so it's 4d10. Well, you know, I'm gonna roll them individually because the first 2d10 is bludgeoning, and then the second d10 is piercing. So this is the bludgeoning. So you'll take four from that, and then the full 2d10 here.
What's the 2d10 for the second one?
Piercing. Oh wait, do you have half piercing also?
I have half on piercing too. Let me double check that real quick.
Okay.
Give me 2 seconds. Slashing, piercing, and bludgeoning.
All right. So it would be half of the total then. So it would be 22, 11 damage total. That also means that the earlier one was half piercing 2. So go ahead and add back, I think, 6.
All right, I'm just going to subtract
another 5. You take 5 total. Yeah, that's total for this round.
I feel like I'm within 1 or 2. I'm within 1 or 2 for sure.
Yeah. Right. And guidance is gone anyway, so you don't need that one.
All right. So strength check, just see if I can get the fuck up.
Yep.
Just standard check. All right, let's do it.
10, so.
That was my
All right, I'm up.
By the way.
Oh, sorry. Okay, that does hit. Go ahead and roll the damage. Yeah, 13.
Sorry,
You do get up. You have to right your way up to one knee and then hop up on top of the back of one of the larger pigs. I'm going to tell you that as soon as you stand up, you see a very small pig in the corner that appears to be the only one that is not clambering towards you. The whole rest of them are just a swath of pigs rushing towards you, trying to eat you. There's one very small, like little pygmy-ish pig in the corner that it looks to be afraid and is not running in your direction.
What weird fucking DM information is that shit?
Just saying, this is what you
Pick it up.
notice. Just saying, this is what you notice.
Go pick it up. Go pick it up.
The rest of them may. Well, I'm not saying anything.
You mean what in Pogo's brain would think that that's just not a baby fucking pig? There's bigger things on the plate. You go pick it up.
Ben, that was back at the one that hit
okay.
you, right? That was at the one that hit you, Holmes?
So,
Yes.
so the wooden boards are about 10 feet up, correct?
Yeah, 10 feet from the floor, yes.
All right.
I'm gonna say that
free-
like you can, the
Yeah,
wall or the pillars are
Not
like
big.
rough hewn. You can clamber up one if you need to.
So I can use the rest of my movement to be because I only have 25 feet, so that would use about another 10ish just
You
to
can-
get.
yeah, I'd say that you can make it to
So
the
my
top,
full
yeah.
movement would get me here.
Right there. Yep, exactly.
All right, so that's my full movement. Not great. Not great. Just I'm gonna take a shot. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Hypnotic Pattern on the other side of the room to get these 4 guys in it.
Okay. The 3 whites
Yeah.
and the Seardaman over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Let me select it real quick.
Patoo!
Yay, pretty. All right.
So they all
DC
see it,
18.
and they have a DC 18 Wisdom save throw.
All right.
And the Seardaman has a -D4.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah,
that's good to
good
know.
call.
All right. All right. So 1 white succeeds, 1 fails, 1 succeeds, and the Seardaman got a 22. Let's do it's a 18, right?
This is 18, yeah.
All right. So if he gets a 4 on this, he'll fail. Otherwise, he succeeds.
Oh.
Right, so he still succeeds. So one of them
Well,
failed.
one of them.
It is this second one right here. So let me put.
What a damn waste.
What does Hypnotic Pattern the effect?
They
is
just
their-
are staring at the ceiling.
Yeah,
They
okay.
do nothing unless we attack them or someone uses their action to shake them. Like
Right.
it's kind of like sleep.
Yep.
But they can't do anything.
All right, that is done.
And there's no save on that either. They just.
Yeah, he's stuck that way until something happens. All right.
Yep. All right, that was my action. I've used my movement. Let me just see here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast Bardic Inspiration on. I'm actually gonna turn around and Nazim, with a look of appreciation, I'm gonna scream to him, "You're beautiful in your own right," and then cast Bardic Inspiration on him. So you get an extra D8.
All right.
Nice. Thank
Keep that
you.
in mind.
You add to something.
The X to save or
It's
Pretty much
a
any
D8
D20.
for
Yeah,
anything.
pretty much any
Pretty much
D20
okay.
roll. Yeah, not damage, but any other
Oh,
D20 roll.
it's actually a D12 for my level, so you get a
Oh, that's
D12.
right. Yeah, you got it bumped up.
So good thing to have. And
Right.
that's my turn.
All right, that'll bring us to another white. This is the one that you guys have already, well, not the one that fell in the pit, but the other one that is damaged pretty well. He is going to swing at Arteme, having just leapt over to the pit in front, or to the tables rather in front of him. He's going to attempt to swing with life drain attacks. 2 of these. Arteme, those are 10 and 12. I don't think either of those hit, do they?
Nope.
Your AC is like 16 or something at least. Okay. All right. So those don't hit. He is then going to spin around to attempt to swing at Pogo on his next turn. Not now, but that is it for his turn. The other, on the far side here, is going to... he's going to rush this way, but he can't reach anybody without... He's going to leap over to this one, actually, to this side. So he's on the pillar there, and is going to... Let's see... Yeah, that would be pretty mean. He is going to do this. Norok, give me a Wisdom save, DC 18. At which you actually have advantage on because of the Hero's Feast, so. Sucks, these guys all have, like, fear types effects that are all, you know, wisdom based that your guys' Hero's Feast is mitigating. 24. All right. So you feel this cold sensation settling over your skin. You feel like he's attempting to paralyze you. It would have been, just so you see it, you did hold it, manage to shrug it off, and it would have been hold person. But that is it for his turn. Bringing us to the Seardaman. Seardaman is going to
do nothing. Because isn't he stuck? Oh no, he.
No,
made
he
the
succeeded.
didn't he?
Yeah, it's just one of the whites that failed. Yeah.
Oh shit! Then that changes my plan. Damn.
This would be really mean, but it is. Oh shit. He might get in trouble with his bosses if he did this, though. Yeah. All right. I think with the size. Give me just a second here. Let me read this here. Target, medium or smaller. I'm gonna say that this can affect Sarah and Norok in size. Both of you make a strength check, and it's a DC 20.
Shit. Check, not a save.
Shit, it just says check, but honestly it should be a save, but it's from a spell, so it would be. You know what? I'll let you choose. It says check, but
Well, I guess it would actually both of mine are the same. So
they usually are, unless you're proficient with saves and not checks. All right, Norok succeeds, which of course he had advantage
Check.
from the Rage 2.
Ugh.
All right, well, a 13. Sarah, a large glowing hand, purplish in color, comes out from above Norok, trying to push in through Norok and passes through him into you and shoves you down into the pigs. It was Bigby's hand. Here we go. Shoves you down to the pigs. It will be. You don't have any special resistance for bludgeoning or piercing, right?
No.
All right, then you take 22 damage of pigs chewing on you as they've clambered away from Pogo, who has now made his way up the pillar. There is a white down there that is kind of riding himself and beginning to walk in your direction as you've fallen into the pigs and begin to get gnawed on by a whole bunch of them. You do see that one little pig that Pogo had also seen, but you are fallen. You took more than 12, so you are prone as well.
Okay.
Down at the pigs there. And that is it for his turn. Bringing us to Taravar.
Where's
Taravar.
this yet?
Top
Which
left.
side of the room?
Top left, right over by you.
Oh.
Not too far.
Okay.
Taravar steps in through the portal, seeing, basically just barely makes it through, sees Nazim is there. He can't quite make it through. He's there, but he can't get into the room. That is it for his turn, bringing us to Norok.
You can't throw a firebolt or something? God damn it!
He would hit. He's basically stuck in that thin hallway right behind Nazim.
Yeah.
That's how those work. I mean, I wouldn't let you. It wouldn't be fair for me to have it for him where bad guys can't do it to you guys either.
Yeah, that's true.
So. Norok
He's not a
moves to-
halfling. You can't shoot between people's
That's
legs.
exactly it. Yeah, if like you guys for halflings, I let you guys do it, but for medium size, you're not supposed to be able to. So, Norok, let's go ahead and do your turn, and then depending on where we're at, we maybe do Artemis' turn, and then we'll call it there for the night. What you doing, Holmes? I can't hear you, Jay.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. See if I can finish the suit off.
Okay. Yeah, the one to the north of you is in bad shape. The one to the right of you is a little above bloodied. There's one on the ground that has only got a couple of hit points left that Nazim pretty severely weakened.
Okay. That would work. For Weapon Master?
Looks like it.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and
Yeah.
check if the math is there or not, but yeah, it did see
Right.
it. So. Who are you swinging at? To the right?
The one to the right of me that I've been attacking. I'll see if I can hit him again. And I'll use Reckless Attack for advantage, just in
Alright.
case I need it.
He is the one that's holding fear as well, so if you can make him break
Okay.
that, then that would help too. Uh, 24. Alright, that definitely hits. Go ahead and roll the damage. Artemis, you're up next. All right,
I don't think it added it.
It did not. So go ahead and add the. It's +5, right? No, +10.
And I think, yeah.
21.
The roll would have been -5, but it still would have been enough. Would have been 19.
It definitely still would have been, yeah. All right.
I don't know if I rolled right, but yeah.
He is still intact, but only barely. Hang on, let's see if he drops his fear. I bet he does. You can go ahead and make your second attack there.
Okay.
Succeeded on the con save.
Okay.
Oh, natural 20. All right. Yeah, I don't think he can survive that. He has 4 hit points left. So, how do you want to finish him off?
Just cut him right in half at his little spine, which wouldn't be hard on a skeleton, I guess.
Yeah, he's already
Slice
pretty
him right in half at the
crispy.
spine.
You do spray a certain amount of old, dead, dried bone marrow across the bottom there. The pigs don't seem to be too interested in him, but the halves fall in either direction. That is enough to kill him. Which obviously means fear drops, so even though you didn't break the concentration, it falls because he's dead, so that will do.
That was on Artemis too, though, right?
Yep, yeah,
Oh,
just
drop
off.
on there.
Yep, take
Okay.
it off both of you guys. There we go.
Yay.
Alright, no more fear. Bonus actions, Holmes.
That's it.
Alright, that'll bring us to Artemis.
I'm gonna use my nice produce flame again.
Okay. That's the one that's right in front of you, or there's one that's down that you can also see that he's down in the pit that is standing up and trying to go after Sarah. She's now being eaten by pigs down at the bottom. That one is almost fallen to bits already. He's only got
Okay,
2
I'll go
points
for
left.
that one.
Okay. That will do. Go ahead and roll the damage. That will also do. Alright, that is enough to kill that white down there. He is toast. Bonus actions or movement, Fox? You do see that right behind you, across the way, across the little pit, Nazim is in the doorway, and he can't make it over here. You see that there's no space for him to make it into the room. Taravar, you're going to jump over there? Okay. Go ahead and make an acrobatics. It's only a DC 5. It's just a quick, hop from one side to the other.
Oh, the last time I did
shit.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
no,
You did,
The last
but you
time
were...
I hit athletics, not acrobatics. I just
either one's
realized.
fine. Athletics is still a jump, too. I would say that whichever
Oh.
one you prefer, you can roll either one.
Athletics. I'm changing it. Athletics. I'm better at it.
Well,
actually.
I mean, you got it. You succeeded. Five was all you needed.
Okay.
You barely got it, but it was enough. So just say that there's enough, blood splatter from Norok being attacked across the boards to make it slippery, but you did make it over there successfully. So, all right, so you hopped over. All right, let's. We're coming up on time here anyway, so let's go ahead and we'll call it here. Scheduling wise, let me stop that. I guess I'll just leave the music for next.